And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Well, the Diamondbacks flipped the script last night in Texas against the Rangers, but there was a familiar face on the mound today as the two teams are playing on getaway day. We'll have it covered for you. The Cardinals and Broncos get ready to pop pads in the Mile High City, and a university in the Big 12 Conference gets a $300 million gift. You heard me. $300 million gift, and my esteemed colleague, Dan Manucci, absolutely hates them. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch Jimmy B. We're hanging out today. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2. Venezia's in Chandler is where we are located. It is a full house here because everybody knew Manuch was going to show up.
That's because, unfortunately, they missed out on the Italian Stallion, which is the special every Tuesday, named after one Mike Morocco, Dan Manucci, for going on 21 years here, coming up in September. But the daily specials today.
Yeah.
So one topping, 24-inch party pizza, only $28.99. That's a $5 discount. I know, by the way, they have a brand new menu item. Yeah, they have the best pickle pizza in town. And we think you'll agree once you try it. It's called the Dilly. Okay. Creamy garlic cucumber sauce topped with our 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella cheese. With authentic New York kosher dill pickle slices, finished with fresh dill. And they also have the newly added vegan Dilly. Same great taste with our signature plant-based seasoned cheese and olive oil. All that going on right here at Venezia's Pizzeria. We're at the one in Chandler. So we're just south of the 202 on Price. So if you're going southbound, you got to take a U-turn, come back, come on in that way. Heads up, folks. If you're going northbound, coming up the Price Road Expressway, a lot of traffic. One lane. Jimmy B came up from Sun Lakes that way.
Man, oh, man. Construction is everywhere. They are backed up. So make sure you give yourself time to arrive here at Venezia's. All right, so we are here today with a baseball game currently underway. Let's start quickly. We will review last night because in last night's game, the Diamondbacks flipped the script on the Rangers and ended up winning that game 3-2. And it was a contest in which, Manuch, the bullpen.
How about that?
I can't believe I'm actually saying this. The bullpen saved the day.
Hey, Connor, would you please tape that back there that we said the bullpen saved the day? It's like Mighty Mouse coming in out of nowhere, coming in to save the day.
Here I come to save the day.
Yeah, DeSclafani really getting roughed up there a little bit. 3 hits, the 2 earned runs. He had the 2 walks, the 3 strikeouts, but he was pulled. We found out today he had some right thumb issues. And you're like, well, okay, he thought we'd go 3, 4, 5 innings. But, I mean, talk about, maybe a blessing in disguise. Okay, the thumb was bothering him. They pull him. Woodford comes in there and goes 3 1/3, gave up 1 hit, had the 1 walk and the 2 strikeouts. But Jimmy B, would you say again, who saved the day yesterday? Who was it? The bull what?
The bullpen.
Are you awake over there?
I'm awake.
Yeah, you kind of
I
set
thought
that
you
up.
were going to say bullpen, but I'll say it.
Yeah.
The bullpen.
So 1 hit.
Yeah.
Over 6 innings by Woodford. Beeks, Murillo.
I was shocked.
Yeah, Beeks really came in, did a heck of a job. An inning and a third, had the 1 strikeout. But you know what? That's the Texas Rangers, who have been struggling, scuffling with the bats.
They have.
But, I mean, to hold that team, the Texas Rangers, to hold them till the final inning when Ketel Marte just went absolutely yard upper deck. I mean, that was like he golfed it out, Jimmy. So if he was on the golf course, I'm thinking maybe 350 down the middle, 350 yards down the middle. He crushed that after Troy Lovello got tossed. I wonder if he got tossed on purpose.
Probably.
Because he was in that umpire's grill.
All night long he
was. He was chirping. He got in there. So the very next inning, here they are, tied up at 2-2, go to the top of the 9th, and he hits an absolute bomb, a Marte bomb. And then again, pretty much shutting down everybody. Murillo comes in, gets his very first save in the major leagues. Good for him as he pretty much shuts down this team. Ground out, pop out, game, set, match. The D-backs come back and win it in Arlington.
Okay, so right now they are playing in getaway day. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. The Rangers lead 3-2 over Arizona. Interesting story that began at the beginning of this game. Merrill Kelly on the mound for the Rangers. Zach Gallen on the mound for the D-backs. Manuch, it was a great storyline, but they threw so many pitches. This is Manuch's pet peeve. How many pitches you throw in 5 innings?
Well, Zach Gallen threw 4 innings so far.
Yeah.
81 pitches.
Wow.
That's right, 81 pitches. And then how about Merrill Kelly? Through 5 innings, he's got 83 pitches. If I do my K-State math, Jimmy B, that's 164 pitches.
Yeah.
And we're not even in the 6th inning yet.
No.
So right now the line is Zach Gallen, 4 hits, has given up the 3 runs, all earned. He's had the 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and the 1 home run basically by Berger, who hit a bomb in the 4th inning. And you look at the numbers for Kelly, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk. He's got the 5 strikeouts, and he gave up the home run to Perdomo.
Right.
So, it's kind of like these guys, it's like they want to be so perfect. And they know they got help behind them. But, all of a sudden you're in 84, 90 pitches, and you're not even into the 5th inning.
5th inning, yep.
And you're kind of looking at this thing going, wow. So, again, you mentioned that the bullpen, the relief may be a tall task right now as that they're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Rangers are up after 4 2/3. You look at this, 84 pitches so far by Zach Gallen. 84, only 53 strikes. Little nerves. I don't know what I look at the temperature, 91 degrees, maybe a little buggy.
They play inside.
But I think, again, good getaway day, and love to see this Diamondback team win a series versus the Rangers, who are in the wild card hunt.
They are.
In the American League. And then maybe be that spoiler, Jimmy B.
Could be.
Could be that spoiler moving on.
The thing that I found interesting, we had Bob Nightingale, USA Today baseball columnist, on the show yesterday, and you and I both had pitching questions for him. And he was trumpeting loud as he possibly could how pitchers, they come up now with all the analytics and they just want to throw 100 miles an hour for 3 or 4 innings and then get out. He said it's like pitchers don't really pitch anymore. They just try to throw it by you.
Yeah, I think that might be one reason. I'm not a doctor or physical therapist, but I can tell you.
I stayed in a Holiday Inn.
That's right. I can tell you this probably contributed to a lot of Tommy John surgeries that are out there. Guys wanting to heat it up there at 95, 100 miles an hour, knowing that they've got relief, knowing that they've got help behind them, that if they run out of gas, where in years past, when guys used to throw complete games, oh my gosh, what an anomaly. A complete game.
Yeah.
How about that? Where they would throw complete games, they wouldn't really get lathered up, Jimmy, until like 6th, 7th inning.
Right.
Sometimes they were throwing harder. To your point, they were pitching early on, kind of filling out the batters, kind of warming themselves up into the innings, throwing a lot of ground balls. I think that's the thing it's contributed to is the metrics have hurt arms in Major League Baseball.
I think that's fair.
They've hurt strategies.
Yes.
And you asked me yesterday, would we ever see a 400 hitter? Will we ever see a 56-game hitting streak ever again? I doubt it because pitching's so specialized.
Yeah.
You're getting fresh arms basically from 7th inning on, and it's hard for a hitter to gauge that pitcher because most pitchers would go 9 innings. So you would give, as Tony Gwynn would say, he said, look, I'm going to give you the first 2 bad bats because I'm going to see you in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning,
right?
And then I'm going to get you because I'm going to have a feel of who you are, what you pitch, how you're pitching that game, and he might look at some tape in the dugout when it comes out.
Yeah.
So it's a different strategy for hitters today because they're getting fresh arms, new arms, and you're getting guys that haven't pitched the entire game. Where before, you think of Ted Williams, George Brett, Pete Rose, they were seeing the same guy in the 1st inning, and they might see him in the 8th, maybe in the 9th, and they could get a little bit of a pulse. Nowadays, it's hard to get a pulse on some of these pitchers that are coming in.
Because they change in the 5th.
Change them out.
They change in the 5th inning, Manuch. It's amazing to me. Okay, so the game is still in progress, and we will continue to update you. Once again, it is 3-2 Texas, and they are playing in the bottom of the 5th inning. So I get here, and Manuch is all lathered up. Man, he's already busted a sweat. He is so excited because the pads will be popping against another team between Arizona and Denver.
Let me correct you.
Okay.
In NFL camps nowadays,
yes,
pads don't pop. They don't. They thud. It's thud. Hands to the chest.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah. Hands to the chest. Wrap up.
Okay.
All right, I tagged you. You're down. Okay, they don't pop. I appreciate the expression of excitement and the friction of that. They don't pop. They pretty much will be stay up, hit hands to the chest, move your feet, get in there. But we know pads popping. So if somebody wants to come up and tackle somebody, they won't tackle. They'll wrap them up. Nobody will go down. So, yeah, I don't resemble that remark anymore about pads popping. But you're close to me. Be a lot of thudding going on. A lot of thudding going on when they take each other on tomorrow and practice against each other.
Yeah, I'm going to have to change my phraseology is what you're telling me.
Your vernacular of camp football has changed.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. All right. We are just getting underway. We are here until 4 o'clock. Once again, Venezia's in Chandler. Be careful of all the construction when you come in, but you can get here because, like I said, the place is crowded right now, and we are here again until 4. Okay. Guess what? A quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to get to our replay rewind as we continue. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, streaming live, Arizona Sports app as well from Venezia's Pizzeria in Chandler.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Roach is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Draft your fantasy team where the real MVPs are at Twin Peaks. Ice cold beverages, wall-to-wall TVs, legendary eats, and scenic views. This is how you fantasy draft. Commissioners score a $50 bonus card, plus $5 for every drafter at the lodge. Lock in your draft party now at TwinPeaksRestaurant.com/fantasy draft. Or better yet, just stop into one of 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. Twin Peaks, the ultimate draft day destination.
Beat the heat with AC Experts. Is your air conditioning ready for summer? Don't sweat it. Our certified technicians are here to keep your home cool and comfortable. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we've got you covered. Enjoy staycations in a perfectly chilled home. For a limited time, take advantage of our special discounts on new AC installations. Call AC Experts today at 480-386-6980 or visit acexpertsaz.com to schedule your appointment. Stay cool, Arizona. Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
Now it's time for our replay rewind.
the top sounds of the night, and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Venezia's in Chandler is where we are located today. We'll be broadcasting here until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Great crowd already on hand. Manuch has already signed 30 autographs.
Give or take. Yeah, this Sharpie doesn't get much use, but just to let you know, I will sign for free. Just so you know. I've had this Sharpie for, I don't know, 25 years.
25 years,
Yeah,
the
give or
same one. All right, let's get to our replay rewind. This is quickly. We'll just do a couple of quick highlights from last night, and then we will get to today's game as well. We all know that Torrey got ejected in last night's game, okay, top of the ninth inning. But then, you know what happens? A little home run action, top of the ninth. Here it is, a solo shot with Marte.
He throws, and this one swung on and belted high and deep to left. Diamondbacks take the lead as Cattell comes through in the clutch.
Cattell Marte, that is the game winner.
That dugout got a little fired up.
Yeah.
Torrey timed his getting kicked out, if that's what you want to call it. I would have been a little more emotional. I'd have been like putting dirt on the plate. He told him, you missed 4 calls on those pitches. And it's interesting. We're seeing more and more TikTok, Facebook. A lot of people are putting how the umpires are missing, and they're putting the RoboCop plate, if you will, Robo Strike, I should say. And most part, they're pretty much in there. But there's been some very egregious,
there has been
bad calls and quick ejections.
Yeah.
And I think it's very interesting in Major League Baseball. This is my analogy. But I think the umpires, they're a little perturbed about all this because they're not wasting time. Because some guys are questioning them, and they're not. They're tossing batters out.
They are.
They're tossing umpires out right now. I'm like, look, guys, hey, Major League Baseball umpires, the game is not about you. Hate to tell you, not about you. Deal with it. Can you imagine when the balls and strikes will be automatic one way or the other, and then you're just back there, just keeping track? So it's just very interesting. Just me watching so much of the exposure, missed balls, so many missed strikes that are out there. You can't tell me, Jimmy, that these guys don't watch news, don't watch their TikToks or Facebook, and they're seeing a lot of their guys getting lambasted day in and day out with all of the missed calls. Now, look, it's tough enough back there as it is.
It's a tough job.
And here's my thing. If I'm a hitter in Major League Baseball, if you know his zone somewhere after a couple, 2-3 innings, deal with it. Now, it's the inconsistencies that's been the subject point.
That's fair.
A lot of these guys' zones have been high, all of a sudden it's a strike.
Yeah.
Now it's not a strike. So I think that's the frustration with managers like Torrey Lovello and some of the hitters.
One of the things that I've found so far in Major League Baseball, and I hate to say this, but my esteemed colleague made an excellent point.
Thank you.
About
it does happen
once in a while, about the umpires and their frequency to toss players. Does it seem to you that there's a lot more chirping going on than, say, even in recent history? Is there more chirping?
Well, I think a couple things here. I think that a lot of hitters are a little more enabled. They haven't been able to adjust. I think they know that they've got the zone on the TV on their side, so they want to stand up. Now, a lot of them have great complaints. I mean, I've seen some pitches that are down low.
I agree with that.
Way outside.
Yes.
But I think right now I've seen a lot of guys bite their tongue and walk off. But I think if it happens to you twice in a game, I think you've got a right to say something as you're walking away. If you turn around, look at the guy and start hammering him, he's going to toss you. That's
Okay.
the way it is.
So last night, 3-2 victory for the D-backs. Getaway day today. They're playing in the 6th inning, and they are 3-2 right now with the Rangers in front. So I want to get to today's action, and here is why, because I want to dive into this a little bit. We talked a little bit about the pitching and the umpiring. How about the hitting? Because this guy, Perdomo, he has been on fire as of late, and Cattell Marte is also doing his thing now as well. So let's run our first highlight here with Cattell Marte and Perdomo on base.
2-2 pitch to Cattell. is swung on. That's line to left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Smith comes charging. His throw to the plate goes through. It's not in time. And Cattell ties the game at 1 with his second hit. It's a 1 aside here in the top of the third.
So he is right now, meaning Marte and Perdomo. Both of these guys, all of a sudden, Manuch, have really kind of found their stroke.
Well, interesting that Torey Lavelle has moved Perdomo into the leadoff spot.
Yes.
He's got him in the leadoff spot today, 1 for 2. We're going to feature Jerry Perdomo a little bit later on in the show. Marte, 3 for 3. He's hot right now. Remember last year he was hot, and then he got hurt. So we talked about him in reference to the MVP award along with he and Ohtani. Had a lot of traction. Then I don't know if it was the hamstring or the calf or whatever. He was down there for it seemed like 2-3 weeks,
right?
Which pretty much took him out of the running. He's picking that back up so far today, 3 for 3. He's got the 1 RBI, as we just heard there, bringing Perdomo in. But you look at that combination, Perdomo, Marte, Carroll, and Castillo, who's got a base hit today. So far, you got Perdomo with the 1 hit, Marte with the 3, Carroll with the 1 for 3 so far. Del Castillo is a DH. You got McCann catching today. So basically, you look at your top 4 batters, and you got 6 hits between those 3 so far in the game. Seems to be that move strategic is working out for Torey Lavelle.
All right, let me just, before we get to our next highlight, let me reference this. There is a very familiar face on the mound today for the Texas Rangers. That, of course, is Merrill Kelly. Do you think that played into it a little bit, that these guys know Merrill and his tendencies?
Well, he's never pitched against him.
Well,
how would they know?
But they know. They know how. When they're in the dugout, they listen to them on how they like to pitch people. You know that.
Here's the one thing. I hear people say, well, they've watched him pitch. They watch him pitch. Until you face a batter day in and day out, you really don't know. So I think they might have said, okay, you talked about his tendencies. Okay, so that may be true to point. I think the forward scouting will say, okay, look, you guys know he's going to come fastball here. He's up, he's away, whatever. So Cattell's dialed in on him right now.
Yeah.
So that might be true to a point. But a lot of guys will say, well, I really didn't get a beat on him until I faced him the second, third, or fourth time, either during the game or down the road type of thing. So I think there's some truth to that, Jim. I think the other thing, too, is everybody's fired up. And when you look at Merrill Kelly, through the 6 innings, he's pretty much 99 pitches right now. So he's getting toward his limit.
Yeah.
And I got to imagine after this inning that Boch will probably pull him after this.
Right.
But right now, I think with both of them, and to your point of reference to knowing him, you know what he does, but he's got some goods on you too.
Okay.
So it's kind of a two-way street.
Fair enough there. All right. Speaking of Merrill Kelly on the mound and Manuch referenced Perdomo. Well, guess what? Here we go. Long ball.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Perdomo swing, sends a high drive out to deep right field. Duran is looking up, turning. That thing is gone. Into the bullpen. Perdomo takes Kelly deep. It's his 13th home run of the season, and the Diamondbacks are back to within a run. It's now 3-2.
And that's where we are right now in the 6th inning of this game, as it is bottom of the 6th, 3-2, Texas leading over the D-backs.
It's a good sign for you Diamondback fans that you've got your ball club who's was a little bit decimated with the loss of some of your players, that you're hanging in against the Texas Rangers. Not as good as they've been the last couple of years, scuffling a little bit with the bats, but you're hanging in there with them.
Yeah.
And so at this getaway game, and then all of a sudden you're going to move on for a 4-game set against the Colorado Rockies, you got to feel pretty good if you can win this game, come back, tie it up, and win it. But I think from competitive-wise, to shake that game off that you had on Monday night when you saw the way that the Rangers came back, and to not blink and come back and win that game with the Marte, with the home run, your skipper gets kicked out of the game, you keep your poise, and you have a bullpen that absolutely shuts down this Rangers team. You come back and win it. It's got to make you feel pretty good going into the series versus the Rockies for 4 games.
All right, one of the things that Manuch always rags on, and rightfully so, is base running. And he's been extremely critical this year of the Diamondbacks' base running and how they get wiped out when they have runners on and they make base running errors. All right, we're going to play something for you right now. Here it is.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, ripped into right field, a base hit. Marte going to be waved around third. Here comes Duran's throw to the plate, and it's in time. No chance for Cattell. The inning comes to an end, and the D-backs have to settle for one on the great throw by Ezekiel Duran.
It had to be a bang-bang play.
Right.
It really did. I don't have any problem with them being aggressive, forcing the route. I mean, here you're going nowhere fast as a ball club.
I agree with that.
Yeah, why not press the issue? Why not send them? Get them out pretty easily. But I think it had to be a great throw, great play. I appreciate the aggressiveness because he's pretty fast. And I think at that point, if that ball is either right or left, he scores. So I think in this situation, they got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They really don't. I mean, if you're in
– you might as well go for it.
Yeah. If you're in contention for wild card or vying for first place, oh, by the way, Padres and Dodgers, here we go.
I like it.
And I like the aggressiveness on the base pass for that simple fact that, hey, if you can steal a run, try to get this bad boy tied up, then you do that.
All right, once again, bottom of the sixth, 3-2 Rangers lead. That is our replay rewind presented by our great partnership with Lerner & Rowe. Interact, need a check, just make one call, 602-977-1900. You get a free consultation, always online as well, lernerandrowe.com. Once again, just make one call, 602-977-1900. When we come back, we're going to flip the script. The NBA, about 5 weeks away from opening up training camps. That means the Phoenix Suns, what is going to take place when they hit the hardwood? Well, Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton is going to offer up what he thinks it's going to be like. However, we've got Matt Lazarus right now with our Twin Peaks ESPN Sports Update.
Diamondbacks edged the Rangers 3-2 last night thanks to Ketel Marte's go-ahead blast for the ninth inning. They're back at it this afternoon in the rubber match against Texas, and the game is already underway with the D-backs trailing 3-2 in the seventh inning. Former D-back Merrill Kelly making his first start against his old team with 6 innings, allowing 2 earned runs and striking out 5. You can catch all the action live right now on 98.7 FM or streaming on the Arizona Sports app. Venezia's Pizzeria, proud supporter of Arizona State. Fuel your game day with New York-style pizza, pasta, wings, and more.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our 3 Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky 6-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina.
Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
PI, a defect of the immune system, affects millions of children. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment give children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of caring people to keep a dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, Visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
For nearly 150 years, American Humane Society has been a promise and a guiding light in the world of animal welfare. Our commitment to rescuing, caring for, and protecting animals sets a gold standard in care and compassion. As pioneers in the field, we've grown into a global authority, trusted to lead the way in nearly every arena of animal protection. We are the guardians of those who cannot speak for themselves. Join us, and together, we will create a more humane world.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
It's time for the Cocoa 5 Suns Hardwood Report. Remember, Cocoa 5 is your go-to electrolyte-packed active hydration drink. Perfect for athletes and active individuals of all levels and ages. Whether you're hitting the court or working out in the gym, Cocoa 5 helps you stay hydrated and ready to perform at your best. You can grab it at Fry's, Sprouts, Target, Walmart, and at Cocoa5.com. Now let's jump right into the latest updates and highlights with the Suns.
Welcome back, everybody. Hanging out at Venezia's in Chandler. We should have invited Timmy to come down and party with us. He loves pizza.
Oh, and I'm sure he'd love the Italian Stallion. Every Tuesday, the Italian Stallion, party special. Get a little, infuse a little Italian in one tip, Captain.
Welcome back. It is the Hardwood Report brought to you by Cocoa 5. It's always fun when Tim Kempton joins us. You can find him on X at SunsTK. That's at SunsTK. Timmy, how are you, pal?
Good. I'm going to need the Italian Stallion after I finish my pickleball game this afternoon.
Absolutely, man. That'll reinvigorate you. It'll make sure that you're good to go. By the way, I tell you what, one slice, maybe you, two of them, and a salad, brother, you're good to go. I'm telling you. So get to one of the Venezia's pizzerias in your neighborhood and make sure you say the Italian Stallion per Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. They'll love that.
All right, kid. Let's kind of get into it a little bit. About 5.5, 6 weeks until they hit the ground running.
Already?
Yeah, already. It's getting there. So with all of the changes that have taken place, do you see anything else new taking place before they begin training camp, or do you think they'll still be shopping during training camp?
Yeah, I think they're still shopping. I mean, that's part of Brian Gregory's job is to always be shopping. If you can improve your team at any time, you do it. So Brian Gregory, obviously a new GM, not new to basketball, but a new GM. I'm sure he's making calls every day just to, introduce himself to other guys, to see what's available, what they're doing. And, everybody's watching everybody. You still got your G League team to fill out in order. But, you're always looking. I mean, that's what the best ones do. They're never satisfied. They're always looking for another player, for another piece that could possibly help your team out.
And to that, Tim, you look at the stats how the Suns ended. I think they're 18th as far as offense was concerned, 22nd as far as defensive points concerned. How much with the new addition of some of the guys, the rookies, can you improve upon that and try to move that offensive from 18 to maybe the 10 to 12 range, or on the opponent side, maybe to 10 to 12? How hard would that be to make that jump with those kind of stats?
Well, defensively, I think they'll take a big jump just due to the personnel that they added. Manuch and Dylan Brooks, right from the get-go, you've added two defenders that are going to play. As long as just with Williams as well. So I think personnel-wise, they're going to take a jump in the defensive stats, and then offensively, it comes down to scheme and getting good shots and execution. So that comes a little bit more with Jordan Ott and his staff, and the scheme and how they're going to play as to how well the offense performs. Do you get early buckets? Do you rebound the ball better? So you get out and transition and take pressure off your half-court offense. So does the defense turn defense into buckets in transition? So that takes pressure off. So there's a lot of ways for it to improve. But I think most importantly, they improved with the personnel that they'll put on the floor. That's what they do naturally. Dylan Brooks is a natural defender. We saw Jalen Green's a great defender on the perimeter, getting steals, and then obviously Manuch and Williams on the glass and creating offense with your rebounding, but also changing shots and not making it easy for other teams to score in the paint.
So, Tim, with the team they had with Bradley Beal, KD, with the scoring they had, you guys are averaging close to 114 points per game. And that seems to be, middle of the pack, as I mentioned, seems to be fairly decent. But to your point, if they can hold serve, maybe move it up a little bit with the talent they have, but improve on the defensive side, how much does that help as far as wins and losses are concerned?
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's kind of funny. People always talk about offense and when you're cooking, but you look at the real good teams, they build off their defense. When they're getting stops, when they're getting pushes, when they're getting runouts, it makes the offense easy. So that goes up incrementally without having to work against someone else's offense. So if you're playing good defense, not only does it slow down the other teams, but it makes your offense that much easier as well, and gets those numbers to crazy stats when you look at it, on a stat page, and you're not just looking at the game.
And the ways, to your point, Tim, the way it goes hand in hand. Look at Oklahoma City, the world champs, fourth in scoring, but third in defense with opponents. That's pretty damn good balance. And then you wonder why. And now you know why they won the championship.
Yeah, they were really solid on both ends of the court. They rebounded the ball very well. You saw how physical they were on the perimeter in just making, offensive initiation difficult. And then when you caught it, their ability to switch and make plays and not get beat to the basket, their defense really set up the rest of their game.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, so I'm watching the NBA today on ESPN. And they were discussing the upcoming schedule. As I looked at it, every game that they were showing, it seemed, was a Western Conference team. In other words, there was no Boston. There was, I believe the Knicks were featured in one game, but that was it. There was no Milwaukee. Indianapolis has lost Tyrese Halliburton, so he's not going to be a factor. So every game is a Western Conference game. If you can answer this, I'll buy your pizza. Why are all of the big-name stars in the West?
And by the way, Tim, for Jim to buy anything, that would be a first. I hope you get this.
I have alligator arms.
I hope you get this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like anything. Just when you go to the park, you go to the park and there's two games going on. You look at one where the talent's a little bit better, the games are a little bit more physical, there's a little bit more chatter over there. There's more people standing around watching those games, and then you look at the other court, and the players are a little smaller, the game's slower. It's taking them longer to make baskets. It's just like that. People are attracted to winning. They're attracted to playing well. And right now, Doncic, Booker, Kevin Durant. You look at the Clipper lineup. All the better players are in the Western Conference. All the eyes are on the Western Conference, and all the good players want to come over and play in the Western Conference. It's just about wanting to play at the highest level. And right now, the level of the Western Conference throughout is the top teams are better. The balance, 7, 8, 9, 10 are better. So the eyes are on the Western Conference. That's where the good players want to compete. They want to compete against the best every night.
You see some of the movement that's going on in the NBA, the whole Kuminga thing. What was that, 3 weeks ago?
Right.
I thought that was interesting, though, Tim, is that the Suns offered $90 million, which if I'm a free agent, I'm like, well, they cleared like the 25 different aprons you got to clear in order to get some money, right? So, yeah. But to me as a free agent, I'm going, okay, they still want to pay, but the way they're putting a team together, still seems the Suns, with the woeful season they had, is still very attractive for a free agent, knowing if I go there, they're putting a team together, I'm going to get paid.
Yeah, obviously, Matt Ishbia, you know, first and foremost, you have to have an owner that is obviously willing to pay. And in the Western Conference, you seem to have more of them. You got Bomber, you always have the Lakers, you have the Suns with Matt Ishbia. And let's face it, Phoenix is still a destination. Guys love living and playing in Phoenix. They got great crowds. They know the weather's always good here. Their families love coming here. You know, everybody spends 2 or 3 extra days here on those East Coast trips. So it's still a desirable destination. And now with Brian Gregory, with Jordan Ott, and obviously Matt Ishbia as the owner, people are going, oh, okay, they've made some changes. They're back in it. They've got fiscally responsible in order to pay some guys down the line. They've got, you know, Devin Booker there. They've got a nice roster, and it's a nice, you know, again, it's a place that guys still want to come and play.
When Matt Ishbia bought the Suns, everybody was like, he paid how much for the Suns? If I were to call you on the phone and tell you that the Portland Trailblazers are being sold for $4 billion, that's with a B, $4 billion to Tom Dundon, who, by the way, is the very rich guy. He is the owner of the the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes in the NHL, who are very successful. I never would have thought that the Trailblazers would command $4 billion, Tim.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, you know, we talk about it so often, the finances of professional sports, but that's what owners do. They get in, and you know, everybody says they don't make money while they own the team, but they sure make a whole load of money when they sell it.
Hey, September 24th is Media Day. Make sure you're there with bells on. Make sure you get your photo. September 25th, camp starts there, Tim Kempton. So between now and then, what will be the focus for this Suns team?
The focus of I thought you were asking me what my focus was going to be in regard to my golf and pickleball game.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
What we've talked about before, it's up to the players to get there, develop a little chemistry, have fun with basketball, be in shape. Nothing crazy. We don't need anybody hurt. You want to be healthy and excited going into training camp, and that's why that's why you have these off days. You know, maybe you go in and play for an hour, someone else plays for 2 hours. You know, be ready, be in shape, and be excited to start the season.
Okay, so when you get done with your pickleball game, just remember it is the Italian Stallion.
That's right, buddy. Get over there. Get your Italian Stallion.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim. We'll see you.
Talk to you, boys.
There you go. That's Tim Kempton, everybody. Suns longtime color analyst on the radio side. He's presented by Cocoa 5. Cocoa 5, it is a clean coconut water-based hydration drink, and it's created by pro sports trainers and backed by athletes like Devin Booker and Chris Paul. No artificial dyes or caffeine. It delivers natural electrolytes and flavor, plus a portion of every bottle supports cancer research through Coaches versus Cancer. For more information on Cocoa 5, just go to cocoa5.com. Again, that is cocoa5.com. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Draft your fantasy team where the real MVPs are at Twin Peaks. Ice cold beverages, wall-to-wall TVs, legendary eats, and scenic views. This is how you fantasy draft. Commissioners score a $50 bonus card, plus $5 for every drafter at the lodge. Lock in your draft party now at TwinPeaksRestaurant.com/fantasy draft. Or better yet, just stop into one of 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. Twin Peaks, the ultimate draft day destination.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell. Next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club. A one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills. Just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Mornings, it's Bickley and Murata, 6 to 10 a.m. Bickley and Murata, 6 to 10 a.m.
I like Vinny a lot.
I like you too, Bick. Middays, it's Wolf and Luke, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wolf and Luke, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. What's going on, Luke? Afternoons, it's Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m. Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m.
Bertie, what's going on?
Arizona's biggest sports personalities are on the local sports leader. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota On This Day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody. We are on location today here at Venezia's in Chandler. The pizza is great. The other aspects of the menu are terrific as well. And Manuch is happy because it is indeed the Italian Stallion pizza, which he will take home with him after we are done with the show. All right, let's do a little On This Day. It's presented by Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. It's Right Toyota in Scottsdale. What do you got?
All right, 1988, the Boston Red Sox win an American record 24 consecutive home games. You know how hard that is?
I remember that.
I mean, especially with the green monster in left field, where guys hit a pop-up and it goes out. 1988, U.S. Soccer, they beat Jamaica 5-1 in the second round of the 1990 World Cup qualifiers. And at that time, we went, wow. So maybe we got a little bit of soccer thing going on in the States. Nope. Haven't seen it. Nope. 2006, the Cleveland Indians first baseman Travis Hafner ties Don Mattingly's Major League Baseball record of 6 grand slams in a season when he homers off Kansas City's Luke Hudson. 6 in one season.
Yeah.
Some guys don't have one in a career. And somewhat of a bittersweet day, 2016. American swimmer Michael Phelps ends his career at the Rio Olympics as part of the winning the 4x100 medley relay. His record, 23rd gold medal.
It's amazing.
I mean, think about that. 23 gold medals. And at the time, I think he felt, well, maybe I can move on even more so. But what a fitting way to go out in the Rio Olympics. All right, Connor, let's get to a little football at 50.
This is going to be very painful, this next story, for my esteemed colleague, because the team that he detests the most, the Kansas Jayhawks, are blowing, and I do mean blowing past K-State
Well,
financially.
I wouldn't say that.
They're blowing past them financially.
How many Big 12 championships? How many we're vying for? Here's the thing. This will be good therapy for me, folks.
Yeah.
This will be good therapy. That KU finally makes a football 50, not because of what they do on the field.
Uh-huh.
See what I'm saying there, Jimmy?
I got you.
Because of what they're doing off the field. As David Booth donates $300 million to KU. And KU, that's right. Alumnus David Booth has pledged a record-breaking $300 million to the University of Kansas. The funds are set to renovate Dave Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium. He's going to renovate his own stadium.
His own stadium. The stadium is named after him.
And he also can do a development surrounding the Gateway District.
Yeah.
And a lot of pro teams do this. You don't see too many college teams do this. It'll compromise the hotel, retail, and restaurant spaces, student housing, parking improvements, and the public plaza. Now, lasting part of the gift will go toward financially sustaining KU's athletic department, I would hope. Kansas football will return to upgraded stadium starting in August 23rd against Fresno State. They've been playing, I believe, in Arrowhead is where they've been playing, and that's pretty much all they've been going. So KU, $300 million. Didn't Buffett give Oklahoma State to the tune of about, I don't know, $100 million, $200 million?
No, it's not Warren Buffett. It was another big oil guy in Texas.
Well, Buffett did
Buffett gave Oklahoma State
yes,
money
he did.
too?
He gave him a huge donation several years ago.
All right, so is K-State then going to call you and ask you for a similar donation?
I don't think that dog's going to hunt. But K-State, Bill Snyder Stadium, has been renovated. It's probably been 8-9 years. They've been adding and going. It's nice. It's a phenomenal stadium that we've talked about many, many times. But I think if your program, I mean, this is a big infusion for KU. I mean, they need the money.
They do.
They're redoing the stadium, finally redoing the stadium. I think it's going to be reduced down to maybe 30, 35,000 people. The basketball arena, Rupp Arena's pretty big arena as far as that's concerned. That's been refurbished.
No, Rupp Arena's
I'm sorry. Fog Allen. Fog Allen?
Yeah.
Fog Allen.
Allen Fieldhouse, yes.
We kind of hit on this a little bit yesterday. The Alabama's officially named senior Ty Simpson as the starting quarterback for the season opener against Florida State Tallahassee.
Okay.
Simpson earned the job thanks to his ball security, leadership, being there, stayed there. A little bit of a reward for him. And reference to being that guy that's been somewhat the backup for the last several years. I think those are some of the things that are a lot of folks are taking a good hard look at.
Have you seen enough of him where you can make a determination on him?
Yeah, he'll be fine. I mean, it was fourth year. I think he might have one more year, but I think he'll be fine. You can put the pieces around him. He's a good quarterback, solid.
Okay.
Throws a good ball.
All right.
Hey, Buffalo Bill fans, congratulations. Running back James Cook.
Yep.
And the Bills have reached agreement on a 4-year, $48 million contract extension that includes a $30 million guarantee. His agent, Zach Hiller, and Matt Least of LAA, and they've reported that to Adam Schefter. That was this morning. So Bills manager Brandon Beane and Cook signed his new deal, which inked him with the team through 2029. They were up until 11 o'clock last night trying to get this hammered out. Do you remember we talked about Cook had just come into camp?
Right. He was
talked about it. Hold in. Talking to the head coach, talking to the general manager, pretty much saying, let's get this bad boy knocked out. They got it knocked out. Now, Bills fans. So I'm going to ask you, Jimmy B, what do you think the window, when I give you, let me give you these salaries first.
Okay.
The window is for the Buffalo Bills to win a Super Bowl when you got Josh Allen that was extended for 6 years for $330 million. Gregory Rousseau, the defensive end, 4 years, $80 million. At cornerback, Christian Benford, he redid a 4-year, $76 million deal. Wide receiver, Khalil Shakir, he had a 4-year, $53 million deal. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
How about linebacker Terrell Bernard? He did a 4-year, $50 million deal.
There's more?
Yeah, there's more. One more. And then James Cook, 4-year, $48 million deal. What do you think that window is? With this kind of money, for the Buffalo Bills to, with that payroll, and that talent, win a Super Bowl.
They play in the AFC, which has the best quarterbacks in all of the National Football League. My point that I'm going to make is I believe their window is 2 years, that's it. And here's why I say that, Manuch, is because the other teams that have those great quarterbacks as well are doing the same thing that Buffalo is doing. Sure. They are gearing up for the future as well. So even though they went out and spent, I think they spent wisely by locking those players up. But I believe their window is 2 years.
Well, when you talk about you got the Chiefs, the Bengals will hopefully rebound this year.
They will.
The Ravens will always be there. They just got to get beyond the first playoff game.
Yeah.
You could see Pittsburgh. They can make a run. Who knows?
New England is going to be improved.
They'll be improved. I don't see them in the mix per se. I think Miami is starting to wane.
I agree with
a little bit
with that.
So I think for Buffalo Bill fans and me playing there, I'd love to see them go to a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. They've been to 4 of them. They're over.
They are over.
They are over. And that, but I agree with you. I think this window is a 2-year window.
Yeah.
Because when you look at these guys, they're all tied up for at least 4 years, and your quarterback's tied up for 6.
Right.
So if they can stay healthy, they can get those pieces added with this kind of money. But the Pagula family, they're like, he's serious. And I don't blame him. You got to go out and spend that money. And I think those are some of the things that this Buffalo Bill fandom or the Bills Mafia, hopefully, with this kind of a payroll, can get it done.
They have to find a way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. They have been unable to do that.
The Achilles heel of the Buffalo Bills.
You got that right. Football at 50, presented by Twin Peaks, will be at the Twin Peaks tomorrow in Tempe. It is Twin Peaks, Eats, Drinks, Scenic Views, 5 Valley locations, and the home of the 29-degree draft. All right, hour number 2 coming up. Campus Quickies. We're also going to have our state AC Experts Hot Player of the Week. We're hanging out today, Venezia's Pizzeria here in Chandler. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2.
My perfect day has sand, salt, water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Everything's a little better when it's super. Heroes, markets, sized, and of course, checks. A super check gives you an in-depth review of your current insurance coverage with a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent, no matter who your insurance provider is. That's super cool. Talk to a Farm Bureau agent to make sure you're properly covered at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Ready! Hi, this is Chris with Ready Services, Air Conditioning and Plumbing. I've been with the company for going on 15 years. What you're going to get is not only get your problems fixed, but you're going to leave with peace of mind knowing that it's done right, done well by a qualified technician. Ready Services won't ever take advantage of any of our customers. Our goal is always to be the most accurate in diagnosing and providing top flight service for any service, air conditioning or plumbing.
ReadyServices.com. Ready. All right, folks, here we go. 3rd and long, and your old underwear just got blitzed again. Sweaty, bunched up, riding high. That's a wardrobe malfunction, and you cannot coach through that. But hold everything. Chill Boys enters the game. Cool, breathable bamboo boxers, smooth as a perfectly executed 2-minute drill. I slipped on a pair and bam, total comfort in the pocket, even in the Arizona heat.
I've called a lot of clutch performances in my day, and I'm calling it right now. Chill Boys is the MVP of underwear. We've all made the switch here at ESPN 620, and trust me, you should too. Head to chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com. Folks, this is a game changer. You cannot afford to fumble.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Hour number 2. We are far from finished. We have a lot to get into. Manuch is sitting here. He's got a schnoz on him that is the size of the Empire State Building.
Give or take.
And so you have been sniffing the aromas the first hour.
Oh, absolutely. Out here at Venezia's Pizzeria. We're at the location in Chandler, just south of the 202 on Price Road, because as I like to say, they got it going on, Jimmy B. They got the daily special for today.
Yeah.
Is a one-topping 24-inch party pizza for only $28.99. That's a $5 discount. But don't forget, every Tuesday is the Italian Stallion. That's the slice special that's going on. As I mentioned, also a new location is the Venezia's Pizza Presto.
Okay.
That's at the Helmick Center on 7th Street in College over on campus. Mm-hmm. They are the official pizza sponsor for ASU Athletics. And if you haven't heard, they got a new menu item. You'll probably like this one, Jimmy B.
Okay.
They have the best pickle pizza in town. Woo. And they call it the Dilly.
Okay. I can see why.
Not the Kenny Dilly, but the Dilly. There you go. Kenny Dillingham, get that. Get the Dilly. Did you get that, Jimmy B?
I know.
All right. Creamy garlic cucumber sauce topped with our 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese with authentic New York kosher dill pickle slices, finished with a fresh dill. And for you vegans out there, there's hope. Yeah. I don't know why, but newly added vegan dilly, same great taste with their signature plant-based seasoned cheese and olive oil, all that going on. And by the way, if you mentioned the daily specials available at all Valley locations, the 5 amazing slice specials for under $10.75. Upgrade your drink to a beer or wine. All that going on with all the Valley locations of Venezia's Pizzeria.
Hey, you referenced ASU. Quickly, let us just do this. Manuch, I saw a report that they have sold more than an extra 7,500 full-time ticket sales for the upcoming football season.
So you're talking, regular season tickets.
Regular season tickets.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's what, going to the playoffs will do for you.
Yes.
Winning a Big 12 championship.
Yep.
Being 11th ranked.
Yes.
So the scenario for this staff and these players is, okay, hey, be careful what you wish for. You guys went to the playoffs. You won the Big 12. Now, I think for a lot of fans, it'll be great to say, okay, now can you match that? Can you move forward? Because we're going to come out and watch.
Yeah.
And I think it's in a positive way. And I love seeing this. I'd love to see Sun Devil Stadium, Frank Cush Field / Mountain West Stadium pretty much be that place on Saturday nights to come on out, watch this Sun Devil team, team under Kenny Dillingham, get this thing and move it forward. And here's the thing, Jimmy. Put that bad boy in fourth gear, or not too much neutral, but put that bad boy in fourth gear or overdrive and keep it there. So that's a great sign to see that you got so many more season ticket holders buying into the Sun Devil Nation.
I'm with you on that. It's a great sign. And listen, they're going to be really good. Iowa State is going to be an issue for them because they play them on the road. Baylor, I think, is a much improved team. And Manuch, I have to look at their schedule. Do they play Texas Tech? I did not look at their schedule.
I'm not sure. We'll get our...
but a lot of people like Texas Tech in the Big 12.
Well, and I think that, they just kind of, they go after some of the best athletes they can out of Texas. But, it's hard to compete when you got – and ASU has now become one of those teams that guys want to go to.
It's becoming a destination.
Yes. Success breeds success.
Yeah.
Guys see the success they're having over here or over there. And okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yep.
Texas Tech in October.
Yep.
But I think that's the key. So I think a lot of fans are going, I'm going to buy season tickets. Mm-hmm. It's Saturday night. I can get in there. I can get in, get out. I can go be a part of this program and hopefully can remain a top-tier program.
There you go. All right. There is baseball currently in progress. It is getaway day. The Rangers and the Diamondbacks in Arlington, Texas. It's right in between Fort Worth and Dallas. Right now, Texas has scored another run in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they lead it 4-2. 2 outs, a runner on second base. But it is the Rangers up right now 4-2 over the D-backs.
Yeah, the numbers so far, Zach Gallen went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, gave up the 3 runs, all earned, the 2 walks, gave up the 1 dinger. But 98 pitches, and his day's over. 5.31 ERA. Burgos has come in. He's done pretty good. So all things considered, as opposed to Curtis, who's in now 2/3 of an inning, he's given up the 2 hits. The 1 run, as you mentioned, Jimmy B, currently 4-2 as we're in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs.
Okay, so we will keep you updated, and this game appears it's going to be over before we leave the air today as well. Manuch, they are going, and wait a minute, I have to rephrase because I was scolded by my esteemed colleague in the first hour when I said they were going to be popping pads in Denver between the Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals. He corrected me. He said it's more like a thud. So it is
a lot of thudding going on.
Okay, they're going to be thudding in practice.
Popping pads,
yes,
in a NFL training camp is an oxymoron. Just doesn't happen anymore. No, they're not popping pads.
No Oklahoma drills. They're not doing
Oklahoma drills. There's none of that going on. What they'll be doing is, they'll go through blocking drills. They won't be going through tackling drills. The tackling drills they go through is nothing but form tackling. Guys come in with their shoulder pad, helmet up, face mask up, helmet. They'll do that. They'll do some one-on-ones with the receivers and quarterbacks and defensive backs. Linebackers will get involved, strong safeties, and then you'll go 7-on-7s, and then the linemen will go off, and they'll do some blocking one-on-ones, all that kind of stuff. Mostly a lot of one-on-one stuff. And if they come together, I don't know if they'll come together for any kind of a quasi-scrimmage or 11-on-11.
Okay.
Now, they might come together for 11-on-11, but it's going to be, I'll just call it what it is, just some thud. Guys will rush, can't hit the quarterback. If the pass gets off, don't hit the receiver. If a running back breaks right or breaks up, just kind of get to him and wrap up. Okay, rightfully so, I get that. But, yeah, there's the days of really fine-tuning your hitting, your blocking, and your tackling. You got to get that done in preseason. And I feel that's why preseason games are so important for a time for a lot of these starters and even backups to get some hitting in, to get some live blocking in, to be a receiver to come across the middle and not have alligator arms when receiving a pass.
I got you.
And for defensive backs to come in and hit, because nowadays it's not so much hitting, it's hitting properly or you're going to get flagged. So in watching and reading a lot of articles on linebackers, defensive backs, safeties, they said the one thing about hitting nowadays, you got to do it over and over the proper way. Because remember, when they took the helmet out of the game several years ago, guys learned their entire life, junior, Pop Warner, high school, college, and pros, this is how you hit. You should have the face mask up, hit with your forehead, and then tackle now with your shoulder pad.
Stick that helmet in the guy's chest. You can't do that.
You can't do that. Now you can hit a guy's chest. He's coming across if it's warranted. There's he was coming across unprotected. What are you talking about? He's catching the pass. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, let him catch it.
Like be like a matador, give him an Olay on that. But I think what you have to work on doing something over and over again where it's natural in a game. And so many times guys catch themselves doing it the old way.
Sure.
I mean, that's what you were taught for so many years.
Yeah.
It's hard to change a habit. You got to change it. You got to perfect that. And it's not practice makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect. So you need that in preseason to remind your body and your brain to act naturally when it's been so unnatural for you for so many years.
Okay, here's my follow-up question to that then. If you're a defensive back or a linebacker, and you said, well, they don't really hit much anymore. It's just kind of thud.
Defensive. Games. Defensive backs don't hit no matter what.
Yeah. So how do they practice that?
That's the whole thing. You got to go.
That's my point. How do you practice the new technique?
And that's what I was just saying. It's hard to do that when you're not live. The only time you're live is in a regular season to practice that. But if you're not playing,
yes,
how are you going to practice that? Now, they'll hit the dummies, they'll hit the pads, and they'll do wrap-ups, but that's about the only thing they can do. And when at practice, if a running back comes through the hole, you come up on them and you go through the motion, but you don't actually hit them. But that's why you need the preseason games to actually hit them, drive them to the ground, and do it in a proper way. Otherwise, you're kind of, I think, not that they don't forget it, but just in the heat of the battle, instincts take over.
I agree with that.
And all of a sudden, you got your head up.
Yep.
The form tack your head up, face mask. But where I hit him, I can't hit him high. I want to lead with the shoulder. I want to take the helmet out of the picture, so to speak. But it's like anything. It's like a hitter. It's like a quarterback. It's like a receiver. You got to do that if you're going to do it on a natural basis when you get into a real game.
All right. That's why we keep Manuch on the show, because I could not explain it as well as he just did.
And the other thing, too, once real games start, you want that to be, all right, I've knocked off the rust. I'm good to go. And you don't want yourself to second guess when you're looking to hit somebody.
You don't want to second guess yourself.
You just don't do that.
Yeah. This first segment brought to you by G2G protein bars. And you can find them in the refrigerated section in Costco and online at G2Gbar.com. Right now, free shipping on all orders over $50, and first-timers get 15% off. Here's all you have to do. Just go online, G2Gbar.com. Again, that is G2Gbar.com. All right, when we come back, the pitching matchup in Texas today. Former Diamondback Merrill Kelly matched up against current Diamondback Zach Gallen. We will focus in on what is going on in that baseball game. We're at Venezia's here in Chandler. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, streaming live on the Arizona Sports app as we continue at Venezia's Pizzeria in Chandler.
Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, #1 referred roofer in Arizona. Proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial market for over a decade.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I'm Attorney Shapiro. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Turner and Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Beat the heat with AC Experts. Is your air conditioning ready for summer? Don't sweat it. Our certified technicians are here to keep your home cool and comfortable. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we've got you covered. Enjoy staycations in a perfectly chilled home. For a limited time, take advantage of our special discounts on new AC installations. Call AC Experts today at 480-386-6980 or visit acexpertsaz.com to schedule your appointment. Stay cool, Arizona.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at g2gbar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Now back to the guys live from one of the Seven Valley Venezia's pizzerias. Venezia's, a proud partner of Sun Devils Athletics.
Welcome back. That's right. We are here at Venezia's. It's the Chandler location. Don't they have like 325 Venezias in the valley? Something like that. Everywhere I go, I see them. So that's always plus. The food's terrific here, as you know. All right, so the Diamondbacks and Rangers right now playing into the ninth inning. 4-2. Texas leads this game. Manuch, let's start with what was going to be the, I guess, marquee matchup. Merrill Kelly traded to the Texas Rangers, starting on the mound today for Texas. Zach Gallen was not traded by the Diamondbacks, and he did indeed start on the mound for Arizona.
Yeah, Merrill Kelly, look at his numbers, and, these two good buddies are pretty much our best buddies, locker mates, all the above. And Merrill Kelly, listen to some of the pregame show, real tough for him to see, that those guys across the hall, if you will.
Yeah.
But it's, hey, look, once you're here as a professional, you get yourself ready, go through your routine. The Rangers were very welcoming for him, that they've got this top-notch pitcher that they can put in the rotation that can be a part of this team. But, yeah, it had to be hard to say, hey, look, you've been with the Diamondback for so many years, been part of that organization, to face these guys that you've been going to battle with for several years. And you went to a World Series with these guys, so you know them in and out. And then there's Zach Gallen. He's just trying to get back on track. I mean, he is just trying to make sure that when they make that qualifying offer that he's going to get this year from the Diamondbacks or anybody else that's out there, that he can prove that he is, worth, I don't know, some kind of a big salary, whether it is or isn't, but he's to get consistent. So when you look at the game today, let's look at Merrill Kelly. 6 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits, the 2 runs, both of them earned. You just had 1 walk, had the 5 strikeouts, but 99 pitches, 65 of those strikes, is ERA at 3.36. Again, I don't care if it's, if it's in Arizona, it's in Texas, those pitch counts up there for Merrill Kelly. I look at Zach Gallen. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, gave up the 3 runs, all 3 earned, had the 2 walks, only 1 strikeout, gave up the 1 home run on 98 pitches before Burgos has come in. Burgos pitched the 1 inning, just 1 walk. Backus comes in, pitched in 1 inning, just had the 1 strikeout. But it was Curtis that came in and threw in that 8th inning, gave up the 2 hits in the 1 run, that being earned, that gave him that additional run to make sure that happens.
Top of the 9th, there are 2 outs. The Rangers have the lead. However, the Diamondbacks have a solo shot from McCann, which has made the score now 4-3. So it's 4-3 Rangers, but there are 2 outs right now for the D-backs in the top of the 9th inning.
What a great pickup he was. He's a great
pickup.
Here you are, 2 outs. and it's a solo shot to make it 43, as you said there, Jim. So, and it ain't over till it's over.
Right.
And you got, I believe it's Mattoon is the pitcher, but the 2 outs, he's already thrown 15 pitches in the 1 inning. So I don't know, maybe you wear him down, get a runner on, force the issue to try to tie this bad boy up. But again, Zach Gallen, I guess a decent outing, if you will, but still so many pitches.
How many
in only
strikes
5 innings.
did you say he threw? Do you have it there?
He had 98 pitches, 61 strikes.
So that points out what you have been talking about. Guys nibbling at the plate instead of going after the hitter to get them to put the ball in play.
And we're going to catch up with Diamondbacks analyst Tom Candiotti on Friday.
Okay.
We'll catch up with Candy at 1:30 on Friday. We'll get his thoughts on why. What is – and I think we've kind of beat it up to what we think it is.
Yeah.
So we get Candy on. Tune in on Friday as they'll be in Colorado. After today's game, they head to Colorado for a 4-game series. That being the Diamondbacks. At that particular time, you would hope they could win 3 out of 4. Hey, maybe they get a little bit of a comeback here. Maybe you rally here with 2 outs. Because remember the other day, with 2 outs, how many consecutive hits did they have, Jimmy?
8 in a row. 9 in a row.
9 hits in a row.
9 in a row.
Big inning. Anything can happen. So
well, they got a runner on first right now.
Runner on first.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks making it happen. So we will keep you in tuned as this game unwinds.
All right. So football is going to take place this weekend. It'll be exhibition preseason game number 2, and it'll be held in Denver at the Mile High City. The Cardinals are there practicing against the Broncos. As a quick update here, there are now 2 men on for the Diamondbacks, but there are still 2 outs. Manuch, in your estimation, do they do that much work against each other, or do they just kind of go through some motions and then they save it for the game?
No, they won't. They'll work.
Okay.
I mean, it's training camp. You
All
work.
right.
You work your butt off. You don't save anything for you get your butt out there. A lot of individual work, a lot of teamwork. I think just the different looks that Denver will give them during their 11-on-11 periods. Maybe you run 1 or 2 teams. The only problem with I would say it's a problem, but a lot of reps will be limited for a lot of the free agents and the guys that are on the bubble, because this is a point where I think Jonathan Gannon wants to work his guys hard and go at it pretty good, and to make those kind of things happen from the standpoint of just making sure that you get all those things going from that particular standpoint. So I think from that, he wants to work them hard. He wants to see how they evaluate. And then I think he'll make the determination, what he said on Friday, he would determine how much the starters would or would not go in order to see how many of those guys play.
It's interesting that I'm really looking forward to seeing this game. And the reason is simple, because we saw the starters for a little bit in the first quarter for the Cardinals. Do you expect them to get a similar set, or do you think you might get a first quarter out of them?
I would like to get a full first quarter. That means a good 2 or 3 series from the starters on both sides of the ball. Like last week, you may not see Josh Sweat play.
Okay.
Calais Campbell, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You'll save him for the regular season. Some of those guys with the usual suspects that probably aren't going to play. But I think when I will look at this game, I look at this preseason, they've got to play. We talked about it yesterday. You lose 3 preseason games last year. You come out of the chute losing 4 out of your first 6. I think that he wants to make sure these guys are fine-tuned enough by playing his starters. And then next week against the Las Vegas Raiders, like I said, you'll probably just see the free agents,
right?
The draft choices. But what draft choices is going to depend on what you're going to see. But I think you've got to you better be finely tuned up for that first game in New Orleans on September 7th.
I'm with you on that. All right, let's quickly get back to the baseball game, because in the top of the 9th inning, the Rangers had a 4-2 advantage. They got 1 run in to make it 4-3. They then had 2 runners on base with 2 outs. Oh, did I ever tell you that Ketel Marte is just on a roll right now. He goes yard, Manuch. It's a 3-run jack, and they lead now 6-4 in the ninth.
Yeah, you got to like Mattoon, who came in there, has given up. He had the 3 strikeouts, 2 outs. He had a walk. Then you got 2 runners on. And then Ketel Marte, have a series. Ketel Marte.
Wow.
4 for 5 on the day so far. 4 RBIs. He's got the 1 home run you just talked about. But Ketel Marte coming through. He and Perdomo both coming through, as I mentioned earlier. Perdomo leading off. So far, he's got the 1 hit. He's walked twice, 3 runs scored. But that combination of Perdomo leading off, Marte at hitting second, has really paid off. Corbin Carroll, not so much, 1 for 5 on the day. But again, Ketel Marte, back-to-back jacks. Don't you think he'd like to play a lot more ball games there in Texas?
That's a fact. Anyway, we will update you because they have moved now to the bottom of the ninth and the Rangers at the plate. When we come back, Campus Quickies will take you to ASU, U of A, and NAU. It's coming up next, everybody, with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. But first, here's Matt with our ESPN 620 update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update. I'm Matt Lazarus. Ketel Marte crushed another go-ahead homer in the 9th inning, this time a 3-run blast with 2 outs, giving the Diamondbacks the lead over the Rangers. They're back at it this afternoon in the rubber match, and the game is already underway with former D-back Merrill Kelly making his first start. He went 6 innings, allowing 2 runs and striking out 5. We will see if the D-backs can get 3 outs here and secure another late win to take the series against the Rangers. This update is brought to you by Venezia's Pizzeria, proud supporter of Arizona State. Fuel your game day with New York-style pizza, pasta, wings, and more. Visit Venezia's at any one of their Valley locations, including right on the ASU campus, or order online at venezias.com. Venezia's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza, it's Sun Devil tradition.
Football is back, and Big's American Bar and Grill at P83 is your home for football, preseason action, regular season madness, and the perfect place to host your fantasy football draft. All happening at Big's. Ice-cold drinks, loaded burgers, and wall-to-wall TVs. Right across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Head to BigsPeoria.com to lock in your fantasy draft party now. Big's, where the West Valley goes for football.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year-plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our 3 Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This summer, escape the heat and head to Backyard Desert Ridge, where Valley sports fans go to play. Catch every big moment on 4 massive 10 by 18-foot LED screens and over 40 HD TVs. Fuel up with wings, nachos, and 45-plus beers or cocktails on tap. Then keep the party going with live DJs and reverse happy hour specials. And this fall, it's Forks Up at Backyard, your go-to spot to catch every Sun Devil football game all season long. Reserve your table now at BackyardUSA.com.
Construction managers, you prioritize safety with hard hats, gloves, and harnesses, but there's another tool to add to your first aid kits, naloxone. Naloxone reverses an opioid overdose and saves lives. Not only are construction workers at a greater risk of an opioid overdose than people in other occupations, but many overdoses occur in or near job sites. Provide access to naloxone and protect your workers. Together, we can build a safer future. Visit naloxoneaz.com.
Hear that?
That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info. Exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, here at Venezia's in Chandler. We're here until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is time for our world-famous segment called Campus Quickies. We begin with the Sun Devils. And that means Hod Rabino, Devil's Digest, is our guest. You can follow him on X at Devil's Digest. Again, that's at Devil's Digest. Hod, welcome as always, pal. Manuch and I had a conversation just a few minutes back about ASU and the amount of ticket sales that have taken place for season tickets this year, well over 7,500. Is that, in your mind, what this school needs to make it a destination stop, not just a one-stop shop?
Yeah, just to clarify, that's 7,500 new season ticket sales over last year. And, I think, Kenny Dillingham, that obviously born and raised here in the Valley of the Sun, said many times that this is a bandwagon town. You have to give the fans a reason to come out and support. If ASU is going to post 3-4 seasons in a row of losing campaigns, you're just not going to have the crowd. You have other options over here, whether it be sports options or non-sport options. So I think it's an indication that if you build it, they will come, as Field of Dreams said many years ago. So I think that this is exactly what you expect to see. I mean, if Arizona State or the Cardinals or the Suns, for that matter, are giving a good reason for fans to come out and support, they will come out and support. So I think it's definitely a reward for the efforts of Arizona State and what they did last year. Obviously, they need to sustain it. That's the hard part of it. But if they are going to sustain it, I think you're going to see more and more season ticket holders show up each and every year.
Hod, Camp T last week, you were up there. And first and foremost, was there a mantra going in there, and how did the scrimmage look as they finished it all up on last Saturday?
I don't know if there really was a specific mantra because on the one hand, yes, a lot of bonding and team chemistry is forming over there. I think maybe somewhat of a lesser effect in that sense just because you had 80% of the roster coming back. So for a lot of players, it's kind of the been there, done that. That doesn't mean that they didn't appreciate Camp T or suffered over there. But, in terms of really bringing the team together, I'm not saying it didn't take place at Camp T, but I think it took place at a much higher level this time last year when you had many newer faces on the team. But I think that the team came out looking really good. Obviously some days the offense looked better than the defense and vice versa. But we're definitely seeing a lot of established players really kick up their production and level of play, whether it's defensive end like Justin Watley, running back Kyson Brown, who's going to be the starting running back now. I think those are players that really show that they can play even better than they did last year. And then you have a lot of newcomers. And I think first and foremost, the transfer wide receiver from Alabama, Jaron Hamilton. I think he's already proven he can take a lot of heat off Jordan Tyson this coming season, and that's going to be huge for the Sun Devil offense.
All right, the guys have come back down the hill. Well, what is the game plan? You got, 2 weeks? Can't believe it. August 30th is right around the corner. What's pretty much the game plan for moving forward? Do they start to settle in with their first and second teamers and game plan, get ready for NAU?
Well, fall camp technically does end at the last day before classes. So a week from today is going to be the last day of fall camp. Classes do start on Thursday next week. So basically from Friday of next week and on, That's basically going to be the heavy-duty game planning. You'll see the scout team show up each and every day of practice. One thing I should mention, guys, is that Arizona State is still trying to figure out who the starting center is going to be. There were some snapping issues with Ben Coleman, who, as we know, made the conversion from left guard to center. And Wade Helton, who is actually a redshirt freshman transfer from Iowa State, somebody who ASU was very high on coming out of high school at Corona Centennial in Southern California. Right now, he's taking a good number of snaps at first-team center. So I'm really curious to see how that position battle does materialize from now until the season opener.
All right, we'll let you go in a second. Let me follow up then. If that's going to be a battle, and if you say there have been some issues, how much does the offense run out of the shotgun instead of up under center?
I really think that the offense, as it is designed to run more out of the shotgun than under center. I definitely think that Kenny Dillingham is not hard-headed like some coaches out there, that if it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, they're still going to run out of the shotgun. So being under center is something that we saw quite a bit last year, and I don't see that going away. But, whether it's going to be shotgun or under center, the center position really does have to be solved. I don't think it's the time to hit any panic buttons or anything like that, but it's definitely the only major question mark that is left right now until the season opener. Again, I'm really curious to see if Arizona State does give the reins to a redshirt freshman that only arrived here a couple months on campus.
Hod, it's always good when we catch up with you. Thank you, pal. Have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
There you go, Hod Rabino, ASU. Let's go south to Tucson. That means that Glenn Howell is our guest, the pregame, halftime, postgame show host on the U of A network. You can find him on X at Glenn P. Howell. Again, on X at Glenn P. Howell. Glenn, welcome as always. Second week of camp. What do you see and what do you like right now?
Well, guys, thanks for having me on. I really am excited about what our defense is doing. Our defense is flying around, making plays. But, I always say that the defense is always usually ahead of the offense. And I think that our defense is playing well where they're playing good. It's not as to say that our offense is playing bad, because I think that we have some good players on our defense that have been showing up, especially in the back end with all those guys that were injured, Stoops and all these other guys that were injured at the beginning of the season last year. Our captains are all back on the back end, so I think they're playing good. But I really am excited about what we're going to have on offense. I think Noah is feeling a lot more comfortable in what we're doing. It looks like he just looks different, and I like the pace of our offense. The guys look in shape, man. That's what I really like seeing the first couple of weeks.
As in, we had Coach on a couple weeks ago. He talked about, you mentioned the physicality, the size, but he wanted to pick up the pace offensively. Mm-hmm. Defensively, I think you so eloquently said that they are faster. But all that being said, has there been much scrimmaging per se, whether it's live or just fun, as I like to call it, to make sure the guys are on that speed in 11 on 11?
Yeah, I have been very surprised of how much actual live contact they've been doing. Usually it's pretty much patty cake. It used to be,
Yeah.
But now they're doing some serious hitting. So I really am excited about that. And then that's really, you can see, because we have a lot of new guys. We're trying to find out who our offensive line is. We got about 6 or 7 guys that could be vying for those positions. And then we have Rhino Tiatapa, the guy that we got hurt last year. Okay. He comes back and he's looking good. He's coming back. So he's another guy so that's actually 7. So I'm really excited about that. And they're doing some physicality up front, and they're trying to find a starting 5. And the guys look good. I think the guys up front are decent, are really good.
Will there be any kind of a open to the public scrimmage? I mean, Camp T had their gold and maroon scrimmage up there, Camp T. Are they going to mean where public can come out and have something that someone organized to see some kind of a scrimmage?
Yeah, I believe it's the 16th that they're having that coming up here. So I think that they're going to have open to the public, and all the practices have been closed except for, if you're alumni, you can come and watch it. And I'm around the field, and I go to every single position and their drills and everything. And these coaches are coaching these guys up. They are making sure that their technique is sound. And that's what I really like, that they're showing. They're getting on these guys to know their technique, know their positions, know where they're supposed to be. When the play is called, you've got to be in the right position, because that was a big problem for us last year.
That's why we love having you on the show. Thank you, pal, as always. Have a great day, Glenn.
All right, guys. Bear down.
There you go. That's Glenn Howell, everybody, on U of A. Let's go north now to Flagstaff. All right, so normally we have Mitch Strohman on for NAU, but things are changing because yesterday we had the coach on. The coach was 1,000 times better than Mitch on radio. So we are going to replace Mitch. No, maybe not. Mitch is with us right now. We can't get rid of him that easy. You can find him on X at Mitch Strohman. How are you, pal?
Hey, Mitch, I'm sorry. He has moments once in a while. I don't need no privilege or whatever. I apologize to Roc, Mitch, and Jimmy B. Yeah.
Hey, no apologies needed, guys. If Coach Wright was 1,000 times better than me, then boy, I've got a chance here at least, because if it was only 1,000, I would have expected it would have been 10,000 times better than I can ever bring to you guys. So I feel like there's still hope for me here on the radio in Phoenix.
There is. We talked a lot about the team overall, and we didn't really talk that much about Ty Pennington with him because he was so good last year, and Coach basically said, I expect him to be even better this year.
Yeah, fair. And I think that expectation is realistic, and it's pervasive. Everybody believes that, guys. You don't come up from the Division II ranks like Ty Pennington did and go to Division I, become a conference's newcomer of the year by the tiers as your starting quarterback on the all-conference season without having expectations like that. And they're justified. He was an absolute beast last season in his first year of Division I football. He's only looking better so far. That's it. Just better than he did last year. He has a better grasp of Coach Wright's offense. He has more weapons at his disposal in the offensive portfolio. Why not have those expectations? Because they are absolutely 100% justified.
And Mitch, one of the things he did say, he really loves the competition. Running back, talked about linebacker. He loved the competition that this team had in reference to the way the guys were practicing, and somewhat ignoring the noise, i.e. 11th ranked ASU Sun Devils on August 30th, and just trying to handle the task at hand every day.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about the running back room there, Manuch, because yesterday I was having a nice long Zoom call with the longtime voice of the ASU Sun Devils, Tim Healy, and we were talking about the two teams, the two of us, in our preparation for the broadcast on August 30th. And one of the things I told Tim was that our running back room may be the best room of all on this football team. We can go 5 deep in the running back room. The top 3 are all legitimate number 1 running backs. And you just have that kind of depth in your running back room that gives you a lot of things that you can call in the playbook for Coach Wright, for Ty Pennington. And so that is a huge offensive strength. Linebacker core. Well, there's a lot of work to be done there. I think there's some question marks there. There's a little bit of some injury issues that the linebacking room is dealing with right now. Some guys are trying to come back from some injuries. I think there's some questions in that middle part of the defense, gentlemen. But I think the strength right now of the defense is the up front guys and the back line. Back line looks to be solid and lockdown types. Up front, physical, immovable, leadership, a lot happening on those front 3. So it will be interesting to see how the defense plays out. Guys, we had a full scrimmage on Saturday. The offense didn't just win the day on Saturday here in Flagstaff. They dominated. So that leaves Coach Wright saying, well, we got to get the defense fired up here too. So it's going to be an interesting run here to August 30th when we open up at the 11th ranked ASU Sun Devils.
Hey, just real quick, we'll let you go on this one. He said he is playing, I guess last year, is somewhat forced to play a lot of the young guys last year because you got to play at the hand your dealt, right? But he's talked about the young guys coming up there and him throwing them in the fire right away. Hey, the heck with the floaties, man. They're throwing them in the deep end and let's go.
Yeah, 9 foot deep end and no floaties, no nothing here. Swim or go under. And that has kind of been the mantra, guys. I'm really kind of not surprised he said that because I can see that at practice. Here, I'm at practice right now. I'm in the Sky Dome. It's raining outside finally. We got thunderstorms finally, some rain much needed. We're indoors. And the whole of this camp so far has been for the young guys like that. They've got to deliver when they hit the field, or just don't even think about getting on the field another time. It's been a real interesting camp so far, and guys, we're sprinting now to the start of college football season. Oh my God, I can't wait for that.
30 seconds. Can they be the best team in the Big Sky Conference this year?
Yes, they can. They can. I would say this, and I said this to Tim Healy yesterday. I've never said this about NAU football before. I'm counting the seconds, by the way. I'm going to get you out right on time. NAU football, ranked number 18 in the country in the FCS right now, going into the season, is the sexy pick in the Big Sky Conference. Ooh, I've never said that before. They are a sexy pick right now, guys.
Wow.
All right.
Well, way to be a pro. I don't care what Jimmy B says about you. You are a pro, Mitch Strohman.
You can come back next week, too, if you want.
I think so. Let me look at my schedule. I'll have my people talk to your people.
Thank you, Mitch. Have a good day, Ben.
You too, guys. Go Jacks.
There you go. That's Mitch Strohman, NAU. Campus Quickies presented today by All City Towing, largest towing company in the state and a place where your career can get a serious boost. Why do I say that? Here's why. Because they are hiring. They pay well, and they have exceptional benefits as well, like health benefits, a 401k with employer match, paid life insurance, even a monthly fuel allowance. If you're looking for a new gig, you need to check out All City Towing. Here's all you have to do. Just go online, visit allcitytowing.com, search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com, search careers. It's All City Towing, where your future is on the move. When we come back, our AC Experts Player of the Week, and we'll also update you on what took place between the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, streaming live on the Arizona Sports app.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell. Next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club. A one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills. Just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., absent. Julio M., absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs like food, transportation, and healthcare.
Olivia H., absent. Preston L., absent.
But site coordinators from communities and schools connect kids to the resources they need so they show up prepared and ready to learn.
Jacob O., present.
Visit communitiesandschools.org. Being present matters.
When even my easy run became impossible, my buddy told me to go to VA. I don't know exactly what I was exposed to while I was serving, but I know that because of the PACT Act, I qualify for VA healthcare and disability benefits. I get treatment from top doctors trained in military exposures, and I get monthly tax-free disability compensation. With VA healthcare and benefits, I can keep going. Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Time for the hot or cold player of the week, brought to you by AC Experts. With over 20 years of experience, their locally owned and operated team keeps you comfortable year-round. For service, call 480-386-6980 or schedule an appointment online at acexpertsaz.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Geraldo Perdomo is anything but cold. He is on absolute fire, which makes him our AC Experts hot player of the day. Listen to this, because this is why.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Perdomo swings, sends a high drive out to deep right field. Duran is looking up, turning. That thing is gone. Into the bullpen. Perdomo takes Kelly deep. It's his 13th home run of the season, and the Diamondbacks are back to within a run. It's now 3-2.
That's right, Jimmy B, our AC Experts hot player of the night is D-back shortstop Geraldo Perdomo, who in the last 12 games, including today, is hitting .398, close to 400.
Wow.
He's 17 for 45, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 12 runs scored. And here's the thing that's really helped him, 10 walks.
Okay.
So he's really doing an outstanding job, but he is red hot the last 12 games, including today. Geraldo Perdomo is the man with the plan.
There you go. By the way, a 6-4 win for the Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte with a 3-run jack in the top of the 9th inning, as they will exit Texas with a win today over the Rangers. All right, our hot player of the week, it is Perdomo. He is presented to you by AC Experts, 20 years of experience, locally owned and operated. For service, you can call them 480-386-6980. Schedule an appointment online at acexpertsaz.com. Summer's here. Be ready with AC Experts. Manuch, give me a little random fact of the day.
Fact of the day for Connor and Matt. They probably weren't aware of this.
Okay.
But the Dallas Cowboys were the first NFL team to hire a professional cheerleading squad in 1972. And sometimes you sit there and think, wow, 1972, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders were on the map. Now, there was a period of time where they played like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
I knew you were
But
going
it's
to say
very
that.
rare.
Yeah.
We used to call them Tony Romeo versus Tony Romo. But going way back to 1972. Matt, were you aware that the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and when they're on the field, you watch them to watch the game? Be honest now.
I actually wasn't aware of that, but I did know that they have their own reality television show and all that. So I know that being a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader is a step up from everything else.
And they made a movie of it.
They did.
They were on the Love Boat.
They were on the Love Boat.
Love Boat, movies.
They did everything.
The whole 9 yards. Jimmy, this is for you.
Okay.
Australian player Sam Groth,
Okay.
He holds a record for the fastest tennis serve clocked at 163.7 miles per hour. He did that in 2012. Fastest serve, fastest speed. How fast is 163 miles an hour?
I can tell you right now, you don't even see it. If I'm standing back there, when I played against Roscoe Tanner, who at the time, and he was a lefty, who at the time hit the fastest serves at around 130. Manuch, that was with a wood racket. a wood racket with Roscoe Tanner. He was around 125 to 130. 163 miles
It's
an
amazing.
hour.
You
Yeah.
compare that today, like Mason, reliever for the Padres.
Yes.
Goes at 104. This guy served at 163. What's harder to hit? 104 fastball or 163 mile an hour serve?
I'm going to say the fastball just because you're trying to hit it with a bat. Your tennis racket is bigger. You have a better chance. That's the only way I can look at it. All right, a little football at 50. It's brought to you by Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube. Now, when it's hot, it's not an option. Stay Cool delivers from patios to warehouses, shops to summer events. Stay Cool, Slim Cool Elite, and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less. Rust-free, USA built, backed for over 40 years of cooling experience, and they are now available at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. And for more information to stay cool, just go to staycool-products.com. Staycool-products.com.
All right, Bills Mafia. He's in camp. He's signed. Who's that? Yeah, James Cook. Got it all done last night. Signed this morning. Reached an agreement on a 4-year, $48 million contract extension. That includes a $30 million guarantee. So here's the money. Here's the dinero. Why the Bills, I would hope, can finally make a push and beat their nemesis, the KC Chiefs or the Ravens, and finally get to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen signed 6-year extension, $330 million. Yeah, defensive end Gregory Rousseau, 4 years, $80 million extension. Quarterback Christian Benford, 4 years, $76 million extension. Wide receiver Khalil Shakir, 4 years, $53 million. How about linebacker Terrell Bernard?
Why not?
4 years, $50 million. Running back James Cook, I just mentioned.
Yeah.
4 years, $48 million ducats, 30 of it guaranteed. Fellas, you need to get to the big game because this window could be, as they say in Texas, closing, but that's a lot of money, and the Pagula family is serious about finally bringing that Super Bowl home to Buffalo.
I'm giving them at least a 2-year window because they play in the AFC, and the best quarterbacks in football are in the AFC. All right, everybody, coming up, hour number 3, we're going to have Fiesta Bowl President and CEO Erik Moses. It's the annual dinner thing coming up. What do you call that? It's not the dinner thing.
It's a luncheon.
It's a lunch.
Fiesta Bowl luncheon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was close. Dinner thing. Also, Phoenix Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton. He's going to be our guest at the bottom of the hour. It's on the way. We are here today at Venezia's in Chandler. Come by. Check us out. We're here until 4 o'clock. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You're still glowing, flirting,
improving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venezia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venezia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venezia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venezias.com.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. Time for our weekly visit with the executive director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Rate Bowl, Erik Moses. This is our opportunity to take you behind the scenes and talk high-level college football. Erik Moses now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Play action.
Thank you to ESPN for the highlight last year, 2024 Fiesta Bowl, the big win by Penn State over Boise State. So that sets us up then for Erik Moses, Executive Director, Chief Executive Officer for the Fiesta Bowl, and we welcome him on the show. Erik, it's always a pleasure, pal. How's everything with you?
Great, man. I haven't been with you guys in so long. I was starting to miss you.
Wait. Can we get it on tape?
Yeah, let's record that.
Hey, Erik, you look at all the things going on, and I look up, and all of a sudden here we have the 2025 UMB Bank Fiesta Sports Foundation football kickoff coming up this Friday. I'm like, wait a second. I know I got the memo, but it just seems like this snuck up on everybody. Kind of give us the details in the background. And by the way, thank you so much for allowing me to vote on the girls' flag team and the boys' all preseason all-state teams.
Well, we need experts like you helping us to make some really difficult choices about who we're going to honor at that Fiesta Bowl all-state team, both for the boys and the girls. We got so much talent here in the Valley that we're just proud that we're able to bring more visibility to those young people.
And then on top of that, you got Jig McMahon. I mean, the funky QB going to be coming and speaking. I mean, how did you corral Jim out of a golf course to come and speak for this?
The original NFL bad boy, right?
Yes.
No,
yep.
Jim is great. We happened to be sitting next to each other at an event earlier this year, started chatting a bit, and I said, you'd be perfect speaker for our UMB Bank Fiesta Sports Foundation football kickoff this year. Would you be interested? And he said yes. He's done a lot of media for us. Such a great guy and such an interesting character, man. He's got great stories. So everybody who was coming out to that sold-out event are going to be in for a treat.
Will you have a muffler or a 7-second delay on one Jim McMahon?
Might have to.
That's probably not a bad idea, but I think we'll have mostly adults there, so I think he won't be too R-rated.
We're just warning you. That's what we're doing, Erik. Just a precursor. Look, this is always a terrific event. Let's start first right now with the AP and coaches polls that are now out. They are the preseason polls. Arizona State listed at number 11 in the AP. They are coming off a sensational sensational season. You were hoping that you were going to get them in the Fiesta Bowl. It didn't happen that way. But how do you view Arizona State and the Big 12? Because one of those teams could easily be playing in Phoenix for the Fiesta Bowl.
Well, I've said before, and I'll say again, I love what Kenny is doing with the Sun Devils. He's a great coach. I think he relates really well to those players. I think they play really hard for him. And with Sam Levitt coming back this year, I think an 11 ranking might be a bit too low for the Sun Devils this year. I think they will fight to defend their Big 12 championship. That, in some ways miraculously and certainly unexpectedly happened last year. But they've got to be one of the favorites to win the Big 12 this year.
Erik, I want to, and to that point, Jimmy talked about the AP, but the coaches poll. Steve Sarkisian, the head coach of Texas, has decided to back away from it. Feels he doesn't have the time to evaluate it, watch the tape, and all the above. And we all kind of know, wink, wink, a lot of coaches aren't voting. It's usually some of the PR guys or SID guys. Could you see more of this from some of the coaches going, look, it's kind of a misnomer. I'm not watching. Could we see more of that like Sark?
Well, think about how hard that is to do now, right?
Sure.
In the past, before the transfer portal was open seemingly all of the time, you knew a bit more about the teams that would be suiting it up again next year. Now, everybody almost has a brand new team every season, and you haven't really been able to scout them. So I think it's more of we're taking guests that maybe aren't even educated guests when trying to rank teams preseason.
It's one of the things for the Fiesta Bowl. By the way, it's going to be played Thursday, January 8th. Verbo has been the sponsor for the last several years. That has got to be a great working relationship with you guys.
Well, we love the folks at Verbo, and Arizona is one of their key markets. And so we have so many fantastic homes to choose from here for people from, frankly, all over the world who want to come experience what we experience in the Grand Canyon State and in the Valley. And so the relationship has been a great one. We're happy to continue that relationship with them for this year's semifinal game.
All right, let's talk a little football.
Yeah.
Enough of all this I call it minutia, Erik. You get that? Minutia.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you. Man, talk about starting it off with a bang. Labor Day weekend right around the corner. I mean, you got number 1 Texas, number 3 Ohio State in the shoe. I mean, that weekend you got number 9 LSU, number 4 Clemson. You got number 6 Notre Dame and number 10 Miami. We got a cornucopia.
That's good.
Of great football going on that Labor Day weekend, man.
Look, I think there's so much pressure on these teams now to have really strong schedules that they're starting off with a bang this year. And those of us who love to consume college football are going to get our money's worth that first weekend. But don't make me wait to talk about the biggest headline of the opening weekend for college football. And that's to see at my alma mater whether Chapel Bill is going to be in effect with Bill Belichick down in Chapel Hill when they face off against TCU that Monday.
Let me ask you, being the fine alumnus that you are, they involve Eric Moses in everything, folks. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
As things settle down there, Erik, I mean, my goodness gracious, what the heck kind of, I don't know, reality show was going on down there?
It was a good one.
It got all of our attention, right? Here's what I will say. All of our games are sold out at home. The merch is flying off of the shelves, and I think the university is making some good money off of their investment in the winningest coach, or the certainly most successful NFL coach of all time. So things have quieted down. He's getting good recruits. Hopefully, we've got a quarterback in Gio Lopez to transfer from South Alabama that can help to run the offense, and my guys can fight for ACC title.
Did you get your hoodie already ordered with the cut-off sleeves? And you showing your guns?
You know I have them in every color, my friend, and every color.
Spoken like a true Tar Heel. That's great. Hey, let me switch then from North Carolina, because I believe they are going to be really good this year in the ACC. They're going to be a problem for even Clemson. But the opening game is Ohio State and Texas. Texas ranked number 1. but yet they are an underdog coming into that game. In your recent memory or recollection, do you remember a number one team being the underdog on the road?
I do not. It is an oddity, and it would suggest that maybe they aren't as strong of a number one as maybe teams have been in the past. That said, playing in the horseshoe is no fun for anyone. And we'll see what Ohio State still has left in the tank after their championship season last year. And very interested, as I know you guys are, in seeing what the heir apparent, Arch Manning, the extension of the Manning dynasty, what he's going to do now that he's under center full time for Texas.
Well, if I had any eligibility left and I could go make $8 million a year as a quarterback in college, making more money than the rookies make in the National Football League, I got to tell you, you see these numbers come across your desk and go, wow, I might have a quarters left. So I'm not going to put any value on that bad boy, but I might make more in a quarter. I made my rookie year in Buffalo at 32.5.
Manuch, we got to do you like the old Deion Sanders commercial when he came out as Leon Sandcastle, right? We got to do that for you. Get you back out there, man. You can still spin it.
And, you bring up the point about...
He can spin it, but it only goes 20 yards.
Well, it gets there. That's all I can say. But, I mean, the portal, the NIL... the other thing that's becoming a thing in college football, Erik, is the general managers / recruiters / quality control. They're all separate, seems like separate offices on these campuses now.
Yeah, and I really do believe that the programs that are able to have the necessary alignment of all of those leaders and decision makers for the good of the program are going to be the ones that succeed. What I heard in talking to coaches and ADs in the past was, hey, I've got this outside group of collectives that are deciding how much money to give to kids that are supposed to be on my team, but I'm not telling them who I want them to spend the money with. They're telling me who they're going to go get. And so that kind of disconnect doesn't work. The coach is the one, he's the chef. He's got to put all those ingredients together and make certain that the meal is tasty. And I think that's becoming even harder with so many more cooks in the kitchen, if I'm going to fully torture that analogy.
Well, that was fine. I liked it. You're tied into a lot of higher ups. So in your estimation, will they get a conference commissioner instead of using the NCAA? And do you think that they might try to go some sort of salary cap similar to what the NFL does now?
Well, in some ways, the $20.5 million is a salary cap in terms of the revenue sharing that schools can do with their athletes across all of their sports. Of course, it's up to each school to determine how much of that $20.5 million they spend on football versus basketball versus lacrosse, et cetera. I think long term, if we're going to get the alignment that is necessary to unlock the values that many people believe that college football has as an entity, that it should be worth something closer to the NFL and certainly more than the NBA and Major League Baseball and the NHL. The only way to unlock that value is to get some consistency and some alignment. And I don't know that you can do that with 10 different conferences at the FBS level, 134 programs there. I think you need to have a commissioner. I think you need to have one voice that can bring everyone together. We're at a standstill right now with respect to the college football playoff because, as you guys know and have read, the Big Ten and the SEC seem to be at odds. The Big Ten wants the SEC to go to 9 conference games like they do. The SEC is saying that they like the 5 automatic entries into the playoff and then 7 at large. And we're at loggerheads. And so it's hard to figure out how these crucial decisions can get made if there isn't one voice and one ultimate decision maker.
All right, Erik, the 2025 UMB Bank Fiesta Sports Foundation football kickoff will be this Friday, the 15th at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess. If there's some folks out there who would like to attend, is there a place for them to go online to get tickets and then come out to this fine luncheon with Jim McMahon as the speaker? I bet a lot of Bears fans might be trickling in that back door, Erik.
Well, we have the very good fortune of being sold out for the second year in a row. And so those seeking an opportunity can certainly go to our website, fiestasportsfoundation.org, and get on a wait list if they want to do that. And if they don't end up having seats that open up this year, being on that wait list will give them some priority for seats next year.
It's always great, pal, when you come on the show. Do not be a stranger. We promise we will call you more often.
By the way, Erik, do we have you penned in every Friday at 2:00, moving throughout the year? There are guys get a hold of your guys. Has that worked out?
I certainly hope so. You know, if I need to do a little payola to make certain I can continue to be with you guys every week, just let me know. I'll send a check. But so enjoy talking to you guys, man. I'm looking forward to a fantastic college football season this year.
Thank you, pal. You have a great day. See ya.
Be good, guys.
There you go. Hey, today's segment presented by Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the price. It is Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Quick break. When we come back here at Venezia's, we are going to dive into the Diamondbacks' come-from-behind victory over the Texas Rangers. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is not enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Turner and Rose is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Opioid misuse and overdose deaths are serious health issues across the U.S. Anyone at a workplace, including workers, clients, customers, and visitors, can be at risk of an overdose if they use opioids. Are you prepared? Consider making non-prescription naloxone nasal spray a part of your workplace first aid kit. Naloxone reverses an opioid overdose and saves lives. Maintain workplace safety, offer training, and always call 911 for a suspected overdose. Visit naloxoneaz.com.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher.
Because when I'm a teacher, I can help kids to learn and chase their dreams.
PI, a defect of the immune system, affects millions of children. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment give children like Sam a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a lot of caring teachers to make school fun. It took a lot of caring people to keep my dream alive. And now, because of them, I can be head of the class.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
When driving in Arizona, move over or slow down for any flashing lights. Move over for tow truck drivers, highway crews, and emergency responders. Move over for any vehicle with its hazards flashing. Because at 65 miles per hour, a vehicle travels over 95 feet in 1 second. 1 second that could change everything. When you move over for anyone, you're not just doing it for them, you're doing it for their families. Their lives are flashing before your eyes. Move over, Arizona. Every vehicle, every time. It's the law. Please visit moveoveraz.org. This message is brought to you by ADOT and this station.
Now back to the guys live from one of the Seven Valley Venezia's Pizzerias. Venezia's, a proud partner of Sun Devils Athletics.
All right, everybody, we are back. Manuch always has the goods here at Venezia's. It is, once again, a one-stop shop for great pizza.
And as usual, I always have to sample the product, Jimmy B. You know, like the Italian Stallion. That's a special every Tuesday. Every Wednesday when we're out here, the one-topping 24-inch party pizza for like $28. And 99 cents. But don't let the baked mostaccioli stop you. Or how about the lasagna, the extra meatballs? Or how about the homemade ranch dressing, the world-famous homemade ranch dressing that, you know what, you can take home with you.
Yeah.
They've got it all bottled. That is what's going on at Venezia's Pizzeria all throughout the valley. And by the way, they are, if you're at the ASU campus, trying to go to all those games coming up for August 30th against the NAU Lumberjacks, they're there. They're at the Venezia's Pizza Presto. Now, that's atop the Helmick Center, 7th Street and College. We're going to be there. I can tell you, we're going to be there September 10th. Jim.
Okay.
We're going to be there. They got all the things, all the fixings there. So they're also the official pizza sponsor of Arizona State Athletics.
All right. If you were under a rock and you didn't hear us talking about the baseball game today.
How about that?
We've got some highlights for you in this segment. The Diamondbacks in Texas against the Rangers. It was getaway day, and the Diamondbacks got away with a victory at 6-4. Let's begin right now. Top of the third inning. Here's Ketel Marte.
2-2 pitch to Ketel is swung on. That's line to left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Smith comes charging. His throw to the plate goes through. It's not in time. And Ketel ties the game at 1 with his second hit. It's one aside here in the top of the third.
By the way, all of these highlights courtesy of 98.7 Arizona Sports Station. Manuch, didn't we reference earlier in the show our AC expert hot player, Geraldo Perdomo?
Yes, Jerry is en fuego. Last 12 games, hitting close to 400. Got a couple of knocks, got some RBI, a lot of runs scored, a lot of walks. And he by far, and that's why I think they moved him up to the leadoff hitter as opposed to today. 1 for 3, 2 walks, 3 run scores. So Jerry Perdomo, he is continuing on.
Let's go right now to the top of the 5th inning.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Perdomo swings, sends a high drive out to deep right field. Duran is looking up, turning. That thing is gone. Into the bullpen. Perdomo takes Kelly deep. It's his 13th home run of the season, and the Diamondbacks are back to within a run. It's now 3-2.
It's amazing how all of a sudden these guys get on fire and you can't get them out.
Well, and I think what they knew, too, if they're going to win this game and back up Zach Gallen, they have to score some runs.
Yep.
And I think with Merrill Kelly, they 7 hits on him. You only got the 2 runs off of Merrill Kelly before the bullpen for this Texas Ranger team. Their bullpen imploded versus the Diamondbacks bullpen imploding. So I think it's that kind of that give and take. Zach Gallen on the day, 5 innings, 5 hits, gave up the 3 runs, all earned. Had the 2 walks, had the 1 strikeout, gave up the 1 home run. 98 pitches in 5 innings.
It's a lot of throws.
61 strikes.
A lot of throws.
ERA continues above 5, 5.31 ERA.
All right. It was 4-2 as we got to the top of the 9th inning with the Rangers looking to close out and get a much-needed victory because they are in the AL West wild card hunt. But the Diamondbacks had other things planned. Let's start first with this home run.
Now the 2-0 swung on. That is hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. Haggerty is going back, looking up. D-backs back to within 1. A solo homer by James McCann. It's his 3rd of the season, and it's now a 4-3 ball game.
Manuch, you said he's one of the best pickups that they have ever had.
I would say that, absolutely. I mean, and he's pretty much the catcher for Zach Gallen and a few of the other guys, and for Merrill Kelly when he was with this ball club. But he really is 1 for 4 in the day, that home run that you had. But clutch time. Here they are in the top of the 9th inning, and you got 2 outs, and he hits a dinger left field line to get this thing going. All of a sudden, this team's got life.
All right, so now they are able with 2 outs, meaning the Diamondbacks, to get 2 runners on, and that brings up Ketel Marte once again, top of the 9th inning.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on and belted. High and deep to right. It's on its way, and that thing is gone. Deja vu all over again. Cattell's ninth inning shot gives the Diamondbacks a 6-4 lead. And in dramatic fashion, they have come all the way back and have a chance just 3 outs away from a series win in Texas.
It's an amazing inning that they had, and they end up closing it out, and they win the game 6-4.
Yeah, welcome in Phil Mattoon, the reliever, going in with that 4-2 lead, and D-backs just lit him up. He goes an inning, a third. The 2 key hits gave up the 4 runs. 3 dingers he gave up, that being Mattoon. When you looked at, like three strikeouts, but the 2 home runs from that. You know, we talk about Ketel Marte. And Matt and I were talking a little bit during the break that if he doesn't get hurt late last year, it hurt him as far as the run, the collapse they had at the end of last year.
Also hurt him in the MVP race. Yep.
And then he also needed some rest as they were trying to make that run. But, I mean, you look at him now. I mean, look at the last couple of days. It's the game-winning home run from the right side of the plate, game-winning home run from the left side of the plate tonight, and he just crushed it. Today on the day, 4 for 5. 4 RBIs, had the home run and the 1 run scored. Batting average getting back to 300, now currently at 297. After the All-Star break, you went into a little bit of a funk. Now, rightfully so. If somebody rifles through your house and gets over $400,000 of jewelry, cash, whatever, that would set me back emotionally for a week or so.
No, for you it would be a year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't have $400,000 in our house.
I don't either.
I mean, the only valuable thing in my house is my wife. Maybe Maddie the cat.
Okay.
Yeah, Maddie. Yeah, that's the value.
Well, you did score points, but then you just erased it when you mentioned the cat.
Yeah, well, Matt. Oh, no. Maddie's everything. But the value of what he's done these last couple weeks to kind of shake all that off, because that'll shake it to your core. Trust me.
Yeah.
Just hitting the ball so well, but I really like in the orders I mentioned earlier, Perdomo, Marte, Corbin Carroll struggled today, 1 for 5. But again, if you've got that guy that can carry you like he has the last 2 days, you win 2 out of 3 from the Rangers, who are now 4.5 games back of the 3rd wild card spot in the American League. Now you start a 4-game series tomorrow against Colorado, which hopefully you can keep this up. Maybe you win 4 in a row.
Maybe.
Maybe you get on some kind of a move or make some things happen. Who knows? Not saying that they get there. They're still, 6 games back of that 3rd wild card spot. So, anyways, just stay hot, and that's what you're going to have to do.
All right, here's the skipper, Torey Lavello. What a difference a day makes. He was crying the blues after last night's game because he got kicked out. This game today, here's what he had to say.
Great. It's an unbelievable win. I love these boys. They fight. They go out there every single day to win a baseball game. Things always have not gone our way, but we are continuing to play hard. And when you have good moments like that and they celebrate and enjoy it, I'm like a proud dad. It was a great moment for this team.
What a difference a day makes. There you go. All right, and a nice win. Yeah.
Just real quick, when we talked about the Rockies, and then you got then the real baseball starts.
I was going to say it gets real then.
Yeah, it gets real. You got Cleveland and Cincinnati coming in before you head to Milwaukee, the Dodgers, and the Rangers again. Hey, boys, get hot. You ain't so bad. You ain't so tough.
Let's
see what they got the last half of the season.
All right, quick timeout here at Venezia's in Chandler. When we come back, Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton will be our guest. But first, here's Matt with our Twin Peaks ESPN Sports Update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update. I'm Matt Lazarus. Ketel Marte crushed another go-ahead homer in the 9th inning, this time a 3-run blast with 2 outs, putting the Diamondbacks ahead and ultimately securing a 6-4 win over the Rangers. Former D-back Merrill Kelly, making his first start against his old team, went 6 innings, allowing 2 earned runs and striking out 5. Catch all the highlights and post-game reaction on 98.7 FM or streaming on the Arizona Sports app. This update is brought to you by Venezia's Pizzeria, proud supporter of Arizona State. Fuel your game day with New York-style pizza, pasta, wings, and more. Visit Venezia's at any of their Valley locations, including right on the ASU campus, or order online at venezias.com. Venezia's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. It's Sun Devil tradition. Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton, next.
Hey, Manuch here. As a former NFL quarterback, I've taken a few hits, but nothing worse than bad underwear. Sweaty, itchy, riding up. Now that's a daily sack nobody needs. The crew at Chill Boys sent me their boxers and boxer briefs, and I'm telling you, these are the real MVP. The bamboo pairs, game changers. Cool, soft, breathable, like calling the perfect audible for your lower half. Even out in this Arizona heat, Chill Boys keeps me comfortable and focused. I've swapped out the old gear. Now I'm Team Chill Boys, and the whole squad at ESPN 620 is too. Try one pair, you'll feel the difference. Hit up chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com for underwear that protects the pocket and keeps you cool in crunch time.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
This summer, escape the heat and head to Backyard Desert Ridge, where Valley sports fans go to play. Catch every big moment on 4 massive 10 by 18-foot LED screens and over 40 HD TVs. Fuel up with wings, nachos, and 45-plus beers or cocktails on tap. Then keep the party going with live DJs and reverse happy hour specials. And this fall, it's Forks Up at Backyard, your go-to spot to catch every Sun Devil football game all season long. Reserve your table now at BackyardUSA.com.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Remember, always be generous with the nutmeg. Just eyeball it.
Okay.
Mom's wisdom has served you well, but now it may be your turn to guide her.
Hey, I'm worried about Mom. She keeps forgetting her famous sweet potato pie recipe.
Some things come with age, sis.
And some don't.
Knowing the early signs of Alzheimer's in a loved one will help you make the best decisions for your family. Visit 10signs.org to learn the signs. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Cocoa 5 Sun Hardwood Report. Remember, Cocoa 5 is your go-to electrolyte-packed active hydration drink, perfect for athletes and active individuals of all levels and ages. Whether you're hitting the court or working out in the gym, Cocoa 5 helps you stay hydrated and ready to perform at your best. You can grab it at Fry's, Sprouts, Target, Walmart, and at Cocoa5.com. Now let's jump right into the latest updates and highlights with the Suns.
Welcome back, everybody. Hanging out at Venezia's in Chandler. We should have invited Timmy to come down and party with us. He loves pizza.
Oh, and I'm sure he'd love the Italian Stallion. Every Tuesday, the Italian Stallion, the party special. Get a little infusion, a little Italian in one tip, Captain.
Welcome back. It is the Hardwood Report brought to you by Cocoa 5. It's always fun when Tim Kempton joins us. You can find him on X at SunsTK. That's at SunsTK. Timmy, how are you, pal?
Good. I'm going to need the Italian Stallion after I finish my pickleball game this afternoon.
Absolutely, man. It'll reinvigorate you. It'll make sure that you're good to go. By the way, I'll tell you what, one slice, maybe you, 2 of them, and a salad, brother, you're good to go. I'm telling you. So get to one of the Venezia's pizzerias in your neighborhood and make sure you say the Italian Stallion per Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. They'll love that.
All right, kid. Let's kind of get into it a little bit. About 5.5, 6 weeks until they hit the ground running.
Already?
Yeah, already. It's getting there. So with all of the changes that have taken place, do you see anything else new taking place before they begin training camp, or do you think they'll still be shopping during training camp?
Yeah, I think they're still shopping. I mean, that's part of Brian Gregory's job is to always be shopping. If you can improve your team at any time, you do it. So Brian Gregory, obviously a new GM, not new to basketball, but a new GM. I'm sure he's making calls every day just to, introduce himself to other guys, to see what's available, what they're doing. And, everybody's watching everybody. You still got your G League team to fill out in order. But, you're always looking. I mean, that's what the best ones do. They're never satisfied. They're always looking for another player, for another piece that could possibly help your team out.
And to that, Tim, you look at the stats how the Suns ended. I think they're 18th as far as offense was concerned, 22nd as far as defensive points concerned. How much with the new addition of some of the guys, the rookies, can you improve upon that and try to move that offensive from 18 to maybe the 10 to 12 range, or on the opponent side, maybe to 10 to 12? How hard would that be to make that jump with those kind of stats?
Well, defensively, I think they'll take a big jump just due to the personnel that they added. Manuch and Dylan Brooks. Right from the get-go, you've added 2 defenders that are going to play as just with Williams as well. So I think personnel-wise, they're going to take a jump in the defensive stats. And then offensively, it comes down to scheme and getting good shots and execution. So that comes a little bit more with Jordan Ott and his staff and the scheme and how they're going to play as to how well the offense performs. Do you get early buckets? Do you rebound the ball better so you get out and transition and take pressure off your half-court offense? Does the defense turn defense into buckets in transition, so that takes pressure off? So there's a lot of ways for it to improve, but I think most importantly, they improved with the personnel that they'll put on the floor. But that's what they do naturally. Dylan Brooks is a natural defender. We saw Jalen Green's a great defender on the perimeter, getting steals, and then obviously Manuch and Williams on the glass and creating offense with your rebounding, but also changing shots and not making it easy for other teams to score in the paint.
So, Tim, with the team they had with Bradley Beal, KD, with the scoring they had, you guys are averaging close to 114 points per game. And that seems to be, middle of the pack, as I mentioned, seems to be fairly decent. But to your point, if they can hold serve, maybe move it up a little bit with the talent they have, but improve on the defensive side, how much does that help as far as wins and losses are concerned?
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's kind of funny. People always talk about offense and when you're cooking, but you look at the real good teams, they build off their defense. When they're getting stops, when they're getting pushes, when they're getting runouts, it makes the offense easy. So that goes up incrementally without having to work against someone else's offense. So if you're playing good defense, not only does it slow down the other teams, but it makes your offense that much easier as well, and gets those numbers to crazy stats when you look at it, on a stat page, and you're not just looking at the game.
And the ways, to your point, Tim, the way it goes hand in hand. Look at Oklahoma City, the world champs, fourth in scoring, but third in defense with opponents. That's pretty damn good balance. And then you wonder why. And now you know why they won the championship.
Yeah, they were really solid on both ends of the court. They rebounded the ball very well. You saw how physical they were on the perimeter in just making, offensive initiation difficult. And then when you caught it, their ability to switch and make plays and not get beat to the basket, their defense really set up the rest of their game.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, so I'm watching the NBA today on ESPN. And they were discussing the upcoming schedule. As I looked at it, every game that they were showing, it seemed, was a Western Conference team. In other words, there was no Boston. There was, I believe the Knicks were featured in one game, but that was it. There was no Milwaukee. Indianapolis has lost Tyrese Halliburton, so he's not going to be a factor. So every game is a Western Conference game. If you can answer this, I'll buy your pizza. Why are all of the big-name stars in the West?
And by the way, Tim, for Jim to buy anything, that would be a first. I hope you get this.
I have alligator arms.
I hope you get this.
Yeah, it's just like anything. You know, just when you go to the park, you know, you go to the park and there's two games going on. You look at one where the talent's a little bit better, the games are a little bit more physical, there's a little bit more chatter over there. There's more people standing around watching those games, and then you look at the other court, and you know the players are a little smaller, the game's slower. You know, it's taking them longer to make baskets. It's just like that. People are attracted to winning. They're attracted to playing well. And right now, Doncic, Booker, you know, Kevin Durant. You know, you look at the Clipper lineup. All the better players are in the Western Conference. All the eyes are on the Western Conference, and all the good players want to come over and play in the Western Conference. It's just about, you know, wanting to play at the highest level. And right now, the level of the Western Conference throughout is you know, the top teams are better. The balance, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 are better. So the eyes are on the Western Conference. That's where the good players want to compete. They want to compete against the best every night.
You know, you see some of the movement that's going on in the NBA. The whole Kuminga thing, what was that, 3 weeks ago? Right. I thought that was interesting, though, Tim, is that the Suns offered, you know, $90 million, which if I'm a free agent, I'm like, well, you know, they've cleared like the 25 different aprons you got to clear in order to get some money, right? So, yeah. I mean, but to me as a free agent, I'm going, okay, they still want to pay, but the way they're putting a team together still seems the Suns, with the woeful season they had, is still very attractive for a free agent, knowing if I go there, they're putting a team together, I'm going to get paid.
Yeah, obviously, Matt Ishbia, you know, first and foremost, you have to have an owner that is obviously willing to pay. And in the Western Conference, you seem to have more of them. You got Bomber. You always have the Lakers. You have the Suns with Matt Ishbia. And let's face it, Phoenix is still a destination. Guys love living and playing in Phoenix. They got great crowds. They know the weather's always good here. Their families love coming here. You know, everybody spends 2 or 3 extra days here on those East Coast trips. So it's still a desirable destination. And now with Brian Gregory, with Jordan Ott, and obviously Matt Ishbia as the owner, people are going, oh, okay, they've made some changes. They're back in it. They've got fiscally responsible in order to pay some guys down the line. They've got, you know, Devin Booker there. They've got a nice roster, and it's a nice, you know, again, it's a place that guys still want to come and play.
When Matt Ishbia bought the Suns, everybody was like, he paid how much for the Suns? If I were to call you on the phone and tell you that the Portland Trailblazers are being sold for $4 billion, that's with a B, $4 billion to Tom Dundon, who, by the way, is the very rich guy. He is the owner of the the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes in the NHL, who are very successful. I never would have thought that the Trailblazers would command $4 billion, Tim.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, you know, we talk about it so often, the finances of professional sports, but that's what owners do. They get in, and you know, everybody says they don't make money while they own the team, but they sure make a whole load of money when they sell it.
Hey, I mean, September 24th is Media Day. Make sure you're there with bells on. Make sure you get your photo. September 25th, camp starts there, Tim Kempton. So between now and then, what will be the focus for this Suns team?
The focus of this. Oh, I thought you were asking me what my focus was going to be in regard to my golf and pickleball game.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
What we've talked about before, it's up to the players to get there, develop a little chemistry, have fun with basketball, be in shape. Nothing crazy. We don't need anybody hurt. You want to be healthy and excited going into training camp, and that's why. That's why you have these off days. You know, maybe you go in and play for an hour, someone else plays for 2 hours. You know, be ready, be in shape, and be excited to start the season.
Okay, so when you get done with your pickleball game, just remember it is the Italian Stallion.
That's right, buddy. Get over there. Get your Italian
I will.
stallion.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim. We'll see you.
Talk to you, boys.
There you go. That's Tim Kempton, everybody. Sun's longtime color analyst on the radio side. He's presented by Cocoa 5. Cocoa 5, it is a clean coconut water-based hydration drink, and it's created by pro sports trainers and backed by athletes like Devin Booker and Chris Paul. No artificial dyes or caffeine. It delivers natural electrolytes and flavor, plus a portion of every bottle supports cancer research through Coaches versus Cancer. For more information on Cocoa 5, just go to cocoa5.com. Again, that is cocoa5.com. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner & Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venezia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venezia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venezia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venezia's.com.
Every summer across the valley, hundreds of our homeless neighbors die because of the heat. This is tragic, and it is preventable. None of us can stop the heat, but together we can save lives. With incredible partners like you, Phoenix Rescue Mission is able to provide life-saving water and critical care to our neighbors in need. Join us this summer and make a difference. Learn more at phoenixrescuemission.org/code-red.
AmeriCorps makes a difference in the lives of tens of thousands of Arizona children every year. From tutoring to teaching life skills, AmeriCorps is helping kids build brighter futures. Whether it's teaching, gardening, providing healthcare assistance, or serving at food banks, AmeriCorps is there to support the next generation of Arizonans. Find out how you can get involved at serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
It's the Lerner & Rowe One Call That's All call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner & Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
2nd and 10.
That's fine. Fitzgerald into Steeler territory. 30, 20, 10. Arizona has the lead.
Like it was almost yesterday. And then Santonio Holmes, Manuch's worst nightmare.
Both toes down. Touchdown. Scored.
Unbelievable. That is our Lerner & Rowe One Call. That's all. Thank you to the great Al Michaels and the call there on the Super Bowl. We are powered here today by Lerner & Rowe. Interact. Need a check? Just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. And you get a free consultation. Once again, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. All right, let's get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day.
Yeah, that highlight right there kind of plays into it. That's right. Head to the state48roofing.com and follow them on social media by searching hashtag Sexy Roof Status. So leading to that question, who do you feel is the greatest Arizona Cardinals quarterback of all time? Now, Arizona Cardinals quarterback of all time. Is it Kurt Warner, as you just heard that touchdown pass to one Larry Fitzgerald? Is it Carson Palmer or Neil Lomax or other? Now, that's for when they're here in Arizona. Now, you could think of Jim Hart going back in the day, and I don't know, that's about it from back in the day from those standpoints.
From St. Louis.
From St. Louis. So Kurt Warner, Carson Palmer, Neil Lomax, or other. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. So, Connor, we defer back to you. Which way did the peeps lean with this question?
So we had 11% go with Carson Palmer, 22% goes with other, and 66% goes with Kurt Warner. We did have a suggestion. Somebody did put in the comments that they wanted Jim Hart as their other selection.
Well, but the key was Arizona Cardinals quarterback, and as it says right there, they got to learn to read those questions a little better, Jimmy.
You always yell at me. Did you read the question?
Yeah, but Jim Hart was there with the St. Louis Cardinals, but Arizona Cardinals. It's kind of something you got to kind of look and digest because some of that does transform over from that standpoint. So that is our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day.
All right, what's on tap? It's presented by the Orangedale Lounge. Orangedale Lounge now open. It's a great place to go, everybody. North Scottsdale's newest dive bar. It is home of the OD Mug Club, located Thompson Peak and Bell, just east of the Ice Den. And you can follow on social media at OD Scottsdale. Again, that's at OD Scottsdale. And you can find them online, orangedalelounge.com. All right, so today, Diamondbacks already played. So what's on tap tonight? Oh, I don't want to miss this. It's the Dodgers and the Angels, and Shohei Ohtani is on the mound tonight.
And that'll be on Major League Baseball Network. That'll get going at 6:38 tonight. By the way, if you haven't looked at your latest standings, San Diego Padres, LA Dodgers are tied for first place. That's right. They are tied for first place. And I got to tell you what, this could go down. What do we got? 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah, about 5 weeks left. So you look at Major League Baseball standings right now, and you think, well, what the hell's happened to the Dodgers? Well, I'll tell you what's happened. Injuries, bullpen has scuffed a little bit. Or how about the San Diego Padres have won 8 out of the last 10? The Dodgers have lost 6 out of the last 10. Diamondbacks, they've won 7 out of the last 10. How about that? They got 2 wins in a row, but they're 10 games back.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers, before tonight's game, Jimmy B, before tonight's game.
Yeah.
Did I say before tonight's game?
Yeah, you did.
They're a half game back.
They are. They're not in first place.
They're a half game back of first place. And you just sit there and go, well, a lot of teams, you think back to the 1969 Mets, the amazing Mets, right?
Met, yep.
10 games back, and they make the run. They end up getting to the World Series on the very last day. They win the National League pennant. But you look at some of these wild card spots, and all of a sudden, the Dodgers are in the wild card hunt. So for right now, the Cubs are plus 3.5. Dodgers are plus 3.5. The Mets are pretty much even, followed by the Reds, the Cardinals, Diamondbacks, just 6 games back of that third place spot. But it's amazing how one day changes.
It is.
The Padres were in the wild card hunt. Now the Dodgers are plus 3.5. So the Cubbies, Dodgers will fall back. The Mets, who are they've lost 8 out of the last 10.
They've really been struggling.
They are just not an amazing Mets, a mess of a Mets that are going on right now. So I don't know, 4.5, 5 weeks to play in Major League Baseball. A lot of things could change.
All right, before we get out of here, let's quickly do some NFL conversation. And that's because there is going to be, and I have to rephrase this, some thudding that will take place between the Cardinals and the Broncos.
Yeah, tomorrow they'll have their entwined practice with the Denver Broncos. So it'll be controlled, but it'll be competitive.
Right.
Some one-on-ones. You'll have the receivers and quarterbacks going at it, 7-on-7, maybe some team drills. They'll break off into the offensive lineman and defensive lineman, some one-on-one blocking. You won't see any hitting. You'll just see guys wrapping up, making sure everybody stays up. Nobody goes below the waist. Maybe a little special teams. Who knows? But I think that, for a good 2 hours, they'll blend it in pretty good. I doubt they do anything Friday. They'll probably do their own team thing. I'm not sure if they're doing practice today or not, or if they're just traveling today. I didn't see the itinerary. But I know tomorrow for sure that they'll get a good solid 2 hours of practice. Now, whether they come together in reference to scrimmaging or, again, like a practice for 11-on-11 is yet to be seen. But I would do it. And we used to do that. We would scrimmage the Packers or the Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. We would do all the things I just said there. So we would come together with controlled scrimmages. Maybe the offense would have, 10 plays. Their offense would get 10 plays. So all of a sudden you get, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes of teamwork together, aside from all the individual work.
All right, let me ask you this. When you were then in that competition, were you popping pads or were you thudding?
No, we were live.
Okay.
We were live. It was scrimmages back in those days, whether it was the Browns, the Packers, whoever. And you got to remember, folks, this was a week before preseason games started.
Right.
So we would have a rookie scrimmage. The first week were there mostly for rookies. And then the second week, all the veterans would report. So that second week of training camp, we would have a scrimmage versus, like I said, whether it be the Packers or Browns. And then the following week, after 2 weeks of practice, then you'd have your 4 preseason games. But, yeah, we want to knock the rust off, whether it be the rookies or the veterans. You're hitting, and, everybody played.
Yeah.
First team might have gone 3 or 4 series, and then you were just clamoring for reps as a backup or free agent to get into those games because you knew that once preseason games started, that the starters would probably go a quarter and a half, and then you might go part of the second quarter of the entire second half.
It's so funny to hear you talk about that because a certain portion of our audience, Matt's age, Connor's age,
they have no idea.
They have no idea what that's all about. None.
Yeah, they don't, and I think there's a direct correlation of the teams that are prepared from day one, whether it's the first game Thursday, whether it's Eagles and Cowboys opening game, or those teams that seem to get off to a pretty quick start. Hey, tomorrow we're going to be at Twin Peaks in Tempe.
Yep.
Jeff Van Rapport, color analyst for the Sun Devils, will join us. We'll catch up with Brandon Chris Stahl. They're in Denver, one of the top beat writers. He'll talk to us about the thudding or no thudding going on in Denver. We'll also catch up with Ted Robinson, the play-by-play voice of the Pac-12. And then also Howard Balls will join us and get his thoughts on week 1 and week 2 heading into the Denver Broncos Arizona Cardinals game on Saturday.
Thank you to everybody here at Venezia's Pizzeria here in Chandler. As always, it's one of our favorite places to come to. We are out of here. For Connor back in the studio, Matt, nice job making sure that we got on the air. Don't let me touch anything. I can tell you that right now.
Ever.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620.
Good night.